I see you. All right, we know the song, but we want to hear what our beautiful sister Beatrice Noel has to say about, I can't even say about any one thing because there's a whole lot of things that have been going on and it's crazy out here. And you can unmute yourself just in case you are. And I'm going to welcome you back home to talk. And you're just looking
Hey, how y'all doing?
Got the strap on the shoulder. You know, that's one of my fetishes, but we'll talk about that on another show. But anyway.
Shit.
How are you doing tonight, sweetheart?
I'm okay. Yeah. You know, a little tired because yesterday I did too much because I was cleaning, cooking, mopping, washing clothes, working. Okay, by 5 o'clock, I was all fucked up. I couldn't do nothing anymore. I was doing too much. Yeah, as soon as we're done, I'm going back to cleaning, cooking, all that mess again. Yeah. I'm going to try to...
Before, you know, I mean, we have a limited budget with our energy, you know what I mean? So it's, yeah. See, my thing is when I have so much to do, I'll get up early and try to kill it. But if you do it and drag out through the day and it gets into the night, you're like, oh God, I'm tired. It's too much, whatever. You feel it. I just try to like go through it quick within 4, 5, 6 hours, get it done. Get up at 6, boom, by 12, I'm done. And it's like, oh, let me take a walk like nothing ever happened when you come home and everything is straight. But it could be a lot. It could be a lot because things get shoveled so fast. And it's like it takes so long, the mental energy. You wash the clothes, you got to fold them, got to do this, got to do that. You forgot something.
Back forward. Yeah, there's that part too.
Exactly. Yeah, so not Manhattan, in Brooklyn. We had this buddy here about, I'm not saying he's my buddy, I'm just saying like, you know, photos can tell a lot about a person sometimes. If you see, I'm going to show his face again. We'll start out here. Don't know his name, but homeboy, you can look at his face and tell he done been through some stuff.
And yeah, you can see that.
There's something distant about him, like, you know, I mean, it's easy to say, it's easy to say after the fact, but I've dealt with a lot of guys like that, like in the jail and prisons when I've worked. And it seems a little sick, but I'm gonna tell you something. When you have one of these gentlemen around you and you suspect this kind of anger or that they're prone to violence, whatever have you, you know what you do? You act angry just like them. It's almost, it's almost like they see you as, oh, he understands. He's just like me. Yeah, I'm telling you.
That's psychopathic shit right there, man.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying that's something I've learned.
Yeah.
I never read it in a book. You got these angry guys. Like I remember one time in the jail, there was this one guy. I hate to use the word inmate, but he was in a special area of the jail where there's only one to a cell, and they can come out one at a time, and they're locked down 23 hours out of the day. So they get to come out into the day room, but they can't get near nobody's door. And they might get out like 1 hour outside to get sunlight. You have to, but another time they get a little bit of time inside. So he would be cool for 2 months. And then when you go in there, you have to go in there with 3 officers because these guys, no matter how big or small they are, they can be violent, and you can get the little guys who got the crazy strength that they're smaller than you, but you still have to go in with 3 officers because you can't go in there with 1 or just 2. You got to go in there with 3 because if they get 1 and there's 1 more left, he might lose and that's it. So you have to have 3. So this one guy in particular, he never said anything. And it was like every now and then, every month or so, every other month, he'd take a swing at the officer and they have to take him out of there. When they bring him back, he's cool for a little while. And from nowhere, you go in there to do a cell check and he takes a swing at you. A lot of times he's broke people's jaws and all this stuff. So they kept him away for a long time. Then they brought him back in this special management area. And because that's worse enough. Yeah. And so it was my turn to go in there. I was working that day and I had to go in there and do the cell checks. I was cool with everybody else, but this guy, they said, yeah, we heard him up all night. He was mumbling, he was angry, and he was this and he was that. So I was always known as being the comedian. But I told the other officers that I'm not going in there unless I can perform. And what you mean by that? I said, I know these guys who are angry will identify with other guys who are angry. So I was just mad. Before we got to a cell, I was telling him, I was making stuff up. Yeah, man, my woman cheated on me with my best friend. Ain't that something, man? We got to talk. I feel like killing somebody, man. Somebody ripped me off, took my debit card, man, and got all my money. I don't know how they got the PIN code. Oh, man, I got bills coming. They're talking about they're going to get me out of my apartment, so and so and so. It was funny, right? The other guys thought I was joking, but this guy, I never worked with him. I heard about him, but now I'm going in there and he'd put him back in that unit. So he was like, hey, man, that's really messed up what you're going through. But he never talked to nobody. He talked to me. Oh. So he identified with the frustration and pain that I projected that wasn't real. And I had another situation. We'll get on with the flow. I was in a bodega, little store. Mm-hmm. God, was it Queens? Was it Bronx or somewhere? I think it was Queens, right? Not too far from where I lived. And these 2 guys came in there to stick the joint up. And it was late. And there was no way we were getting out of there. There was one girl in there. I didn't know her. And I was in the back looking to get some orange juice. And I heard the guy. And I looked back and I saw the gun pointed at the Arab guy. And he was like, man, I'm going to snuff you, man. You better give me one. We sitting out there. And don't tell me you don't got no money, man. We sitting out there in the car, man. You just getting paid for the last 6 hours. So we know you got it. If you don't give it to me, I don't care if I don't get nothing. If you refuse me, I'm going to blow your head off. And then I was like, uh-oh. What am I going to do? Maybe he's going to see me and try to get something. And I just yelled out, hey, I'm tired of these Arabs coming to the country, making up all the money, and us niggas out here. I'm fucking tired. You know what I'm saying? I understand you, bro. Do what you got to do. Matter of fact, I grabbed some soda off the thing. I said, I'm going to eat all this shit up in here. Yeah, do what you got. I wasn't trying to, and he looked like, what the heck?
Of course, they're confused.
So now I walked up closer to him. I had my hands out. I said, but you know what, man? You know what? And I'm going to be graphic now, right? I said, man, look, you do that. You get a little $600, a little $2,000, whatever it is. Man, think of all the pussy you ain't going to get. Think of all the fried chicken you ain't going to eat. Think of all the watermelon and all the ass you're going to get in the future. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know. I said, you know what? I felt like doing that when I came in here. But yo, come here, man. Let me talk to you for a second. I was scared. I was talking to the guy, and he said, "Man, you right, man. You right, man. Man, you must have been getting to the breaking point a lot, man, because you speak my language, man. My name is Zach. What's your name?" I said, "Yeah, my name is Lance, man. What's going on, man? You know, this system gonna try to have us locked up like cattle, like and we can't do nothing. All we can do is beat our meat and eat the bad prison food. Don't let them get you like that, man. Show how strong a black man you are. You know what I mean? You got a job, man? Yeah, but it don't pay me shit. Well, you know what? Hold that job. Get you some hustles, man. Here's my phone number, man. Call me up sometime." And it worked.
Wow.
I was still,
that's a psychology thing right there. Yeah.
He was bottled up, man. He had to get, excuse my French, everybody. I don't walk around talking profane or disrespectful to our sisters, but sometimes you got to use psychology on people. You know
it was some reverse psychology. You do it, and he ain't doing no more because you just told him to do it.
Yeah.
So he confused. He doesn't want to do it anymore.
But I don't know about this guy. Oh, I forgot. I had to put you back. I'd rather look at you than him. Okay, so let's just put your pretty face back. I forgot. I was on a different screen, right? But you never know.
Yeah, man, he's something else, man. That son is bummed. What the fuck? Yeah,
It loves
no,
you.
nah, he looks like a psychopath or like an angry brother.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but just I would like to know what's his motivation. Like, well, there's one other guy I know he attacked his job was because he was angry with the job. And there was one guy he killed a few journalists. Like he went on a rampage and killing reporters. That's because he was angry with his job. The same way with the cops who went and killed other cops is because they're angry with their job. But everybody else, when it comes to why, they just want to kill motherfuckers and kill themselves too.
Well, see, that's a sense of hopelessness that, like, your life becomes so numb. I mean, let's try to imagine what it's like, because there's different specific causes, but it's basically the same thing. You know, every person that's born, unless they're born with something wrong with them mentally or something, some kind of lack of something, you know, you go through life and you're told in school that if you do this, you know, you leave school, you graduate, you go to college, you don't have to, trade school, something, you do something, you work a little bit and you become a good citizen, and you know, you eventually find somebody that you want to marry, you buy a house and you have children and you work your job, obey the law, and everything's gonna be all right. How many people have lives that really went like that? You know what I mean? So it's somewhere along the way there's a frustration because many of us feel that everybody else has it that way, even if you realize that they don't. And so sometimes we feel like a failure. We never get back on track. The bills get off. We catch a charge. We do a stint in prison, you know, or you get a girl pregnant that you really weren't in love with. It was all fun and games. Now you're paying child support. You didn't plan on having a family. You know what I mean? So a lot of things happen, and then, you know, we're not happy with ourselves. A lot of times we just come out there, we're just working, and that's it. We never know what certain joys are like. And then that dream becomes a joke and a mockery and a nightmare. And then we really start to live a hopeless life. Let me tell you something. There's times in my life where, because of my upbringing, it had my emotional and spiritual tank filled up. But I've been in some situations that, not me, that I was living hopeless, but around me trying to convince me that my life was hopeless, right? And if it wasn't for what was put into me to feed off of on a spiritual level, I'm not saying I would have done things, but there were times when I've done some crazy things, but not with any weaponry. You know, I had some guys that was trying to jump me, 3 of them, and I was in oh God, where is it? It was Schaefer Street in Brooklyn, not too far from Atlantic in Pennsylvania, in that area in Brooklyn. And it was a time when I had, how could I explain this without going off the topic? Well, there's a guy I knew that he rented. Go
ahead.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying he rented me a room. Not that I needed it, but I always hung out in Brooklyn, and I knew him, so he gave it to me real cheap. So I didn't have to always go get a hotel. Okay, it's a long story, right? So it was kind of like dangerous because I wasn't always over there. But sometime I'm hanging out somewhere. You know, I used to do the male stripping thing or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, we can go over here, whatever. And then I'm hanging out there, whatever, back and forth. And these dudes are like, look at this guy. He doesn't even live around here, but he's always got these women. And so it's like they kind of envy. So I didn't know them, but they would follow me. It's late at night. I'm like, I'm heading back to Queens. I'm not gonna spend the night over here. I'm going back home. And they were behind me following. I started walking up. I wasn't scared, but I was adrenalized because I'm like, oh man, if these guys are
kind of creepy. Why are you following me? You know, it's creepy.
Exactly. I'm thinking about a knife or a gun. I'm thinking about that more so. If it was just them, you know, and I never knew, but I wasn't in the mood. You know what I did? I'm not gonna sit here and say, oh, I'm gonna go turn around and beat them up. I can tell the story any way I want, but the fact of the matter is I ran. I didn't want to be bothered. You know what I mean? I had a nice evening. You know, my friend left, and I didn't want to stay, and I put myself up in that situation. So I broke out running, and then the subway was coming up. I didn't know there was going to be a train there. I didn't know. And you know, sometimes in the subway where you walk down late at night and you have the the token clerk there, right? But this was one of the stairwells at the end where it was nothing except gates, and you already had to have your token.
Oh shit!
So when I ran down there, And it was like, I can't get through. So I had to go back up. I said, nah, let them come down here. So I kind of hit to the side and they came. So what's up, man? You thought you got away. I just started wailing. There was one guy that was real big. I had to get him first. And they were stunned. I didn't knock anybody out, but they were stunned. And I kicked some people, kicked one guy in his face. I was up them steps and out. Now I'm like, I'm tired from doing this. Because, you have sex, you're weak a little bit, right? I said, I had to run all the way down to the next.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's kind of fucking creepy. Why they following you? It's fucking creepy, man.
Bloody knuckles and stuff. It's just crazy, man. There's things that you go through. So what I'm saying is that there are people who do it for sport or a little frustration, but there's some people, men, women, but mostly men, they get to a certain point in their life. Look at this man. He was 62 or 64, something like that. They say in his early 60s. Come on. Did any woman ever say how handsome he was? Did any woman ever say how much she loved him? You know what I mean? There's some guys that are frustrated. I'm not saying this, they never have the reality. If they have a woman that's like they paid for it, so they know that she don't really want me. She's getting money from me. And maybe he never owned a car. You don't have to be happy, but maybe he did. He see families getting along fine and like, damn, I never had that. And then you go through this period with this pandemic, it makes it worse. It's like, I'm going to be 70 years old in the next decade of my life, and I'm on my way out, which you never really don't know. He might live to 100, right? But if he does now, he's going to live to 100, and his anus might be in jeopardy by the other people who are in there. But anyway, go ahead. Let's hear you talk. This says the world according to Beatrice Noel. Let's hear what you got to say.
Yeah, man, the world's going crazy. Bananas. Is that, man? That's how I started the show, saying that people are using this pandemic to do some fucked up shit. Real fucked up shit. Like, remember when we did the show, when we talk about in UK, where people were harassing people because they were not wearing a mask, when the person is wearing a medical that say that they have a medical condition where they cannot wear a goddamn mask. Like some have severe asthma or severe allergic reaction to the mask, and they would get spit on, beaten on, really assaulted. What the fuck? So, Brazil did a study that is reversed that, saying that people who don't want to wear a mask are sociopathic. They have antisocial behavior. So this made no sense. So you have a medical condition, allergic reaction where you cannot wear the mask, and you, on top of this, you say I have antisocial behavior. What the fuck? Yeah, it's just the Democrat that are pushing that agenda. Hold on, let me find it and read it for you. The antisocial thing. That's some bullshit, man.
I do want to highlight this. It's true. He looks like he's West Indian for real. He looks like he's like from Trinidad or something, or what, no, for real. And it was in Brooklyn when it happened too. And you have so many out there who, wait, I got to pull this picture up again. I can see him on Eastern Parkway during the festival.
Funny.
Oh, I can see him at Eastern Parkway during the festival, and everybody got the costumes. The girls are half naked. They got the thongs on, and he's sitting there mad, like, I'm getting aroused, and I cannot get anything. Nobody wants me. I can see that. I don't even have enough money to get some jerk chicken. This is pissed.
Oh my God.
Yeah, look. He's the kind of guy. Let's rag on him because he did try to hurt people, so I'll rag on him. He's the kind of guy that gets horny and gets mad.
No, that was some fucked up thing what he did, because he threw two smoke grenade and started shooting at motherfuckers.
Okay, put it this way, not to bring it always down to a sexual thing. If he met a woman the night before and she says, listen, I like to get to know you. Matter of fact, we're both adults. Why don't we just go somewhere and let's just talk about my attraction for you? There would have been no shooting the next day. No. He would have been like, man, nah. It's so, look at his eyes on the right side. He's already to do something right there. He's been walking dormant with a feeling to do something for a long time. You just don't wake up.
Angry man. You can see that he's angry. So I don't know what you're angry about, but obviously he looks angry.
Well, he won't be at the West Indian Festival this year.
Real. Brooklyn. Oh, you know, a lot of women die every year. The one in New York. I remember one going on in Miami. This was Fort Lauderdale. Yeah. Every time they find dead women. Yeah, I'm not even surprised. I mean, it may be a tradition, but I don't know. Even if I was younger, I don't see no point walking, with all my tits out and all my ass out. For what? For what? What kind of tradition is that? Okay, if it's like 1400 when before the Spaniard arrived in America, okay, they didn't need clothes. Okay, it's so fucking hot in the Caribbean. But motherfucker, you got AC and fans. Okay, so I mean, I'm not excusing it,
right?
But you know how it is with sexual perverts, and you like, barely. Almost butt naked. What the fuck?
No, but like I mean, men are very, very visual, and they see things. They like to see things, and it's hard not to see. I mean, I've been a lifelong deviant, a safe one that just likes women and normal things. No, but I'm just saying that we're all affected, but it's a matter of control and respect.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, for as much as it is, you see that if you see the woman say, "Hey, you're really looking sexy, you're looking good," you don't put your hands on nobody. You don't ogle them to the point of harassment. Yep. They put themselves out there like that. And if you are, let's make up a word, testosteroneized, you can, I mean, they're gonna expect it, but don't disrespect. And some men will say, "Well, they disrespect themselves." Well, I mean, the West Indian culture is a little more. When it comes time for that. But you do have to be careful because some men will fixate on you, for no reason at all. You might remind them of somebody they wanted and didn't get, or something about you. There's something about your look. And I'll tell you one thing, what I've learned working in prison, that a lot of these guys will imagine a relationship with you. And we don't mean like they're so delusional, but they fill in the blanks. Like say, for example, somebody in the supermarket, and you might glance at them real quick because this is a socially acceptable amount of time you can stare at somebody before it becomes something personal. Like, oh, he just looked at me because I'm passing by. So if you stare,
because every time you interview a rapist, what he said, she wanted it. She was provocative. She was doing it's her fault. She did that.
Yeah.
Every time that's what the rapist says.
Right, but I don't care if the woman's naked. You don't have a right to do that. Now she happens to bless your eyes.
Yeah, you don't have a right to do that.
Take it for what it is and keep it stepping, because that's the difference. I mean, I don't know of a heterosexual man who doesn't like to see a beautiful woman or a sexy woman, but, past a certain point, you can't. Who was I explaining this to? Was it on the show? Oh, I know what it was. I'll make this real quick. Mm-hmm. I was speaking to a dear friend of mine on the phone last night. And I was telling her about like how the stuff worked back in the 1990s with strippers. I used to drive around a lot of these strippers that wanted to go to different clubs in different states up and down the East Coast. And a friend of mine got me into that because when I was driving the dollar van, she was like, "Oh, could you come take me out there to Jersey and bring me back?" And so we ran into a lot of girls who were coming back to New York City. They didn't like the taxi drivers because the taxi drivers one-on-one would see where they lived and come pop up the next day. They're with their family, their kids, and they are doing something. So they trusted me and I earned that. And my friend who I grew up with was like, "No, he's legit." So sometimes I go to the supermarket with them or do moving jobs, whatever. So I had my own little connection to them. So they would tell me how things work. And here it is. There were some who were like, they go to the strip joints because I'd have to go in there with them and wait. Sometimes it was too much. I was like, I only wait outside. So I'd be there with them and there'd be some guys that go crazy when they see them. And I would ask the girls, like, sometime we're driving out of there, we're going to go get something to eat. I say, a couple of the guys who really went crazy. And this is Delaware. This is, some place in Virginia. You've never been here before, but they know you. Like, they called your name. How'd that happen? Well, they had this
Yes.
magazine back in the 90s. I don't know if anybody remember it. It was called Black Tail Magazine. And it was a magazine where you had black women in different, but it wasn't hardcore. It wasn't gaping holes and showing your vagina and anus. It was just sexy shots, bush, whatever, whatever. But they allowed that particular magazine in the facilities in upstate New York and any prison facility in the state of New York. So a lot of these guys had these magazines and, you know, they pass it around. Listen, man, you know, I'll give you 4 bags of chips if you let me hold that magazine tonight. Say, no, that's my girl, man. I can't let you hold that one, but I'll let you hold this one. So the girls who were stripping, it increased their value on the stripper circuit back in those days if they had a photo shoot with Blacktail Magazine, because Blacktail Magazine circulated into the almost 100, maybe past that number, almost 100 prisons in upstate New York. So if you're doing a long sentence and you got this old crusty magazine, you got a little lotion and you got the magazine where you can put yourself to sleep every night. Okay. So these guys formed emotional bonds with the magazine. You see what I mean? If you've been masturbating to this woman for 10, 15 years, or not that long, because she's not going to have that long of a career, but 5 years, 6 years, 4 years, and you come to the strip joint and you see her, you're going to pay more money. So a lot of times there were problems with the bouncers because they approached the girl funny and they told security, I feel funny with this guy. He stared at me all night. Now he's outside. Let me out the back door, whatever. Sometimes there were problems, sometimes they weren't, because they had formed this thing in their mind while they're masturbating. Like they went, oh, I love this girl. You love me too, right? Oh yeah, so and so. I used to see stuff like this. You go peek in the guy's cell, not the creepy part, but they're talking to a magazine.
That's
baby, I want to put my children in you, but you're spraying it on the floor. Let me shut up with this stuff and let's go on with the show.
No, I'm not surprised. I mean, yeah, you put somebody in for years and years. That's inevitable, especially if the person's straight and you give him no pussy for years. What do you expect? You know?
Let's just show you how the mind is.
Yeah, exactly.
With you that you're not aware of. You can be someone just going to the store, coming back, living, whatever, and there could be some man on the 3rd floor across the street from you, and he times you and he watches you. And if he hears your name, he might get your social media and have this relationship with you, know the things you like and family and feel emotional to you. That's why I tell a lot of these ladies out here, our sisters, be careful what you share on social media. You see what I mean? We let that out too fast and too much, and there are too many imbalanced people out there that can really know you. You know what I mean? I mean, if I can come out here to Accra and live, and more people are walking up, oh, Scurv, Lance, honking the horns. I'm like, yo, you know what I mean? What if somebody disagreed with something and was so insulted? I'm going to get him when I see him. So I got to be ready. And I don't look as pretty as you. So men would look at you a certain way and say, oh, look at her. That microphone is too close to her lips. You know what I mean? They don't know you don't know what they're thinking. I'm just throwing in a little comedy.
What the fuck? Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, she wanted. Look at her. She wanted. Yeah, that's how they think. Like you want something. But that's like the pedophiles and the rapists. Like every time you interview them, every time they'll tell you, I didn't do nothing. She came on to me. I didn't do anything. She touched me. Every time, that's what they say. Yeah, she wanted it. She deserved it. She asked for it. So I can understand why.
Right.
Yeah. But what you said remind me of Lil' Kim's song, How Many Licks? Because exactly how you said, like what was that lyric? Even she talk about the Vaseline and close your eyes and use a drop of Vaseline. Oh, that's how many licks. I mean, that video was so cute. She was wearing a blue wig, not like Michael. The hair was shorter and like lighter and shorter. But yeah, that was a badass song. How many licks does it take? But yeah. But that's I know they're still with that, when they make their song only about sex, they don't last that long. I mean, it's only Madonna who got that and transitioned from sexual song to something else.
Yeah. Well, see, she timed it right.
Yeah, exactly.
they wouldn't pay her any mind right now in 2022. Madonna coming out with the book and the videos and pushing, like, you know, the darker channels of sex, the fetishes, the S&M, the dominance, the bisexuality, the threesomes, all that stuff, you know, and the insinuations and the putting out there interracial. It's always been around, but all of those things, if she did that now, it'll be just a normal Instagram page. You know what I mean? Yeah. We're so shock proof right now, you know?
Yeah, but she's still like, it's not clicking that she's 60 years old. Yeah, I mean, look up the song. How many licks film slasher? Look up the song. She does say that. You know, grab some tissue, grab the Vaseline, close your eyes. She said that in the song. How many licks?
For real.
So I know because I have the songs on. I have the song. That's one of my favorite songs. Love Lil' Kim. But yeah, now you got me all fucked up. What was I talking about?
I'll flash the man's face and it'll remind you, right?
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. But yeah, it seems like but I would say it's a pandemic that makes people crazy because for example, there's a study that made that what's his name? I forgot his name, but I have his article, his research paper. That 60% of the men who commit mass murder, they have a mental illness. Some form of mental illness. Oh yeah, we're talking about Madonna, Kwame. Now you remind me, because she post things with sexy pictures, like almost naked, or she's like kissing the camera. Like, bitch, you're 63. Stay in your 63 years old lane. I'm not being misogynist, but come on, bro. Your time has fucking passed. You fucked up your face. She been doing plastic surgery since her 20s, fucking up her face over and over and over and over and over. Now you truly look like Frankenstein. Say, sit your ass somewhere. You know, and she gets mad when people tell her. You know, but yeah, okay, you're sexual, but you know, be sexual with men your age. I don't know, man. Because even though you know you want like a young stud or you want a young chick, that it's a sexual thing. When it comes to relationship, unless y'all compatible, it ain't gonna work because that's like generations apart. You know, it's two different universes because you see the world this way, they see the world a different way. It's not gonna last. So, yeah. Unless you find a consensus where both of y'all agree, nah, it's just gonna be problems along the way.
Yeah.
She ain't no African. I guess she braids her hair. I don't know, man. She free. I mean, in a disrespect for her, like it's like sexual freak. She's something else. Because I don't think, you know, even though she's that kind to children, but it looks like she does things to get attention. So
well, that's
when it comes to that,
you're talking about Madonna, right? I mean, she's look. She was poor white trash from Astoria, Queens. She is a little shapeless white girl. Let's just be real. Who used to be like a groupie going to clubs looking for attention, and she's one of the ones who figured it out. I got to go above and beyond what these other girls are doing. Let me tell you something. There's a girl I know, right? And I met her in my wild days. And, you know, nothing ever happened between me and her. But if you heard her stories, you wouldn't want it to. I was never attracted to her that way. But we were cool. And she used to come to our parties. And you remember those kind of parties they used to throw, right? So, yeah, she used to come to the parties, mainly for the camaraderie. She'd do some little things, whatever have you. And then when I found out that she was a real groupie, I just never figured out how she got her money. She played little guys got their money, and I'm not going to say she prostituted in a traditional way, but she just lived without like a reckless abandon. Because if I say the name of the group, a black rap group, okay, it'll kind of give her away, and I don't want to do that to her because she was a nice person. But if this group was in Boston and we were in New York, she's going to be there this weekend. If this group was in California, she's going to be there.
Oh, shit,
and they knew her. Yeah, they knew her, and they were like, okay, now she wasn't like super attractive, but she put out. So it's like, hey girl, what's on? Come on with us, whatever. And she loved it, but she had to find her way there because it's like they weren't like she wasn't exclusive. And I knew this personally, and she told me graphically. Like she'd hang out with them, they come up in the room, and she'd see them with other women, and she's getting something to eat, and she'll take care of a couple of them, whatever, and they help send her back home. But it was one of those things. This is it's different worlds out here that most of us who go to our 9-to-5s, we go to our jobs, we come home, we have family life, whether we're lonely or not, or whatever our situation. There's some people who just don't give a damn. They're living crazy. They're going to different states. They don't have any money, but they know they're going to.
White folks like to call that free spirit.
Yeah, but it's too free. It's like, so now, I mean, that's what Madonna was, and so she figured it out. Some women just go all out, but some.
She said that she was homeless for a good portion of the time before she became like she hit it. She was homeless.
Yeah, but she made up in her mind, I would suppose, that there's too much money floating around here in Manhattan, up in New York City. I don't care what I got to do. And even when I get the attention, I'm going to keep doing more stuff to get the attention. I mean, I like some of the songs that she made. I mean, I know that she's not a singer, because the studio sweetens up your voice, and she didn't have any soul, but some of the music, not necessarily her, but some of the music I love. She caught it on the music back in the 80s. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but now you can see that she doesn't really say she plays recordings, because they kind of yelled at her because of that she had a concert and she fell and the track kept playing. She got up and kept singing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but y'all didn't. Bitch is 63, man. That stuff she can't do no more.
Right. I mean, just for those, I guess, who are fans of hers, or like, okay, much as we say, oh man, we don't care about no Madonna or whatever. Honestly, if she was in the next room, you'd jump up to go take a peek at her. Like to say, oh, that's if you never met her, like, because the world acknowledges her as a celebrity. But I don't get crazy like that, but I would. I'd go take a picture. Hey, come on to the show. Let me ask you some crazy questions. I'd push it.
Yeah, exactly.
But I'm not clout chasing.
Just like Lil' Kim. Like.
Right. And like Sosa Bill said, I'm not a fan, but it's just the crossing paths with somebody who later on you're going to hear some story about. Like, and if I met somebody like that, I would share it with everybody here. But it wouldn't be like, oh, I met Madonna. Oh my God. No. She better be like, ooh, I met LanceScurv and Beatrice Noel.
Yeah, baby. Yeah. I know, right? Yeah, guys, it's like I said, it's just I don't know. I guess people are already antisocial, and then they're using COVID as a reason to do dumb shit. Okay, they're just using it to do dumb shit or to put control. Like right now, I heard, because I was watching Tucker Carlson on Fox News this morning. He said that Justin Trudeau, the Prime Minister of Canada, now is asking for all news outlets to have a licensing to broadcast news. You don't have your license, you cannot broadcast news. In order to have that license, you should have never talked bad of Justin Trudeau.
Wow. But I mean,
how does that different from Xi Jinping or Putin? How?
No, but if you can't broadcast news, so does that extend over to social media for those channels also? And what if you're speaking of an opinion piece? How does that work? So look, I told people from 2 years ago, we're entering the age of censorship, cancel culture. I didn't say that word because it wasn't out there like that, but I knew that was the next step. And let me tell you something, if you can't talk, the next thing is really even worse, because the social media, they gave it to us and we got hooked on it. And we can talk and say whatever we want to say. People were making threats on people's lives and nobody cared. We could upload anything. I don't know if people remember, but they had a certain, the over 18 part of YouTube. At one point, there was soft porn that people were uploading. It was a wild, wild west when YouTube first came out. Black Planet
It was. That's
Black
what it
Planet had a
was. The
video,
Wild Wild
be
West.
a part of it. Yeah. And they would have little people putting up sexual things and stuff. So they got us hooked on it. It became a part of our life. We don't have to use calling cards to call, in the Caribbean or the motherland. They gave us WhatsApp. They gave us this Messenger. They gave us Signal. They gave us Telegram. They gave us the FaceTime and all these things. You can just look at the person in your face and talk to them and get how much does it cost? Nothing. That's to hook you. And then once you're hooked now, let's start to corral them in. What they're hooked on.
That's what's happening.
Right.
Like you guys, I can give you as an example the link to my Twitter, and you'll see what's really happening in China and Shanghai. It's fucked up, man. It's fucked up. You saw the videos on my page?
Not all of them. I briefly looked through them.
It's fucked up, man.
What I'm saying over there, they got it really. Is it seriously some parts that kind of like corralled in, locked down over there?
Yeah. So, because I remember when the Wuhan BS started, they would involve people in their own building. They would use truck to block the way, or they would just involve them, like with cement and brick, to brick you inside. Yes. Or they would like use planks and
Wow.
Just block you inside your own building. People were dying of thirst and hunger in their own home.
You saw what Sosabel said? She says, I'm just concerned about the African kids she has adopted. I pray they are not being mistreated and eventually exploited. Let me tell you something. I'm not going to just jump on the bandwagon, but I thought that too. I mentioned it in the show. Not just her, but these these white celebrities adopted all of these black kids. So my thing is this. Are they all documented? Meaning that I'm not with the system, but they come out to the motherland lots of times. And a lot of these children that are born in villages, there's no official birth certificate, and you have this. It's not like that. The system's not like that. There are people here who have no paperwork on themselves. I mean,
all the children do. For her, yeah. She actually met their mother. So yeah.
Right. What I'm saying is that, and I'm glad they concern people who would make sure of that. But what about those who are not famous? What about these white folks who come down and want to take possession and live out here and have sex with these kids or expose them to stuff or groom them? To me, on a twisted level, I'll just say this. Those little black kids, for most of these white celebrities, they're batteries for their melanin, life force, sacrifices. If they're not documented and proven, they can do things to these kids and nobody will miss them.
Unfortunately, yes. Unfortunately. Yes, that's the truth. Yep. But guys, let's leave the Madonna topic. I'm like, keep going back to Madonna, and let me read the thing about the antisocial behavior, and then we're gonna talk about the guy, the teacher that has tenure in Michigan University. This teacher is off the chain. He is off the chain.
You want me to play that?
Yeah, let's play it, and then I'll find the antisocial behavior
before we play it. Yeah, I got it hooked up, so just explain a little more.
What's happening with the teacher?
Yeah,
so the name of the guy is Miller. Okay, because I have his YouTube there too. Because he made a YouTube video as a response to his students who are requesting to have them being taught in person, to have class in person.
Just let me just say, I sniff a steamroll coming, but keep going. You know what steamroll means, but anyway, I'm on point. I'm in the guard tower and I'm looking down. I got the rifle, so go ahead.
Okay, I know, right? So this guy, his name is Barry Miller. So he has tenure at this university. What's the name of that university? It's in Michigan anyway. And so in response to what the students are saying, he put out a video where again he told the students to go fuck themselves. So actually, let me read some of the stuff he said that are just fucked up. And I had to highlight some of the stuff he said because it's never heard of a teacher talking like that to their students. That is just fucked up. Yeah, he said, "You people are just vectors of disease to me, and I don't want to be anywhere near you. So keep your fucking distance. If you want to talk to me, come to my Zoom. That's how a teacher's talking to his student. He even start with class yet. That's his first day of class.
I'll play it. Let me play it. Here we go.
Yeah.
Turn this volume up.
To the show. I want to introduce myself before we actually.
You can hear it?
F2F, yeah. As we say these days, which everybody knows means fuck to fuck, which really means that we're all fucked. When you see me next week, I'll be wearing this helmet. This is this helmet is actually $300. It's got HEPA filters all around it, so that all the air that comes in, that I'm breathing, comes in through the HEPA filters, and all the air that I breathe out goes out through the HEPA filters, so that it protects both me and you from this deadly virus that's going around. Now, I may have fucked up my life, flatter than hammered shit, but I stand before you today beholden to no human cocksucker and working a paying fucking union job. And no limber dick cocksucker of an administrator is going to tell me how to teach my classes, because I'm a fucking tenured professor. So if you want to go complain to your dean, fuck you, go ahead. I'm retiring at the end of this year and I couldn't give a flying fuck any longer. You people are just vectors of disease to me, and I don't want to be anywhere near you.
You're right,
so keep your fucking distance. If you want to talk to me, come to my Zoom. Now, the question that I want to pose to you is this. Is the above soliloquy plagiarism? First, a few definitions. The word soliloquy means speaking one's thoughts aloud when by oneself or regardless of the audience, especially by a character in a play or a movie. Plagiarism means taking someone else's work or ideas and passing them off as your own.
Common
I'm
dimensions.
not exactly quoting from my source, but my words are adapted from Scene 1, Episode 1 of Deadwood, where Whitney Ellsworth introduces himself. Well, let me share again, and
gone.
We'll take a look at that.
Yeah, you gotta stop it. Yeah, but that's why
right.
showed. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm all messed up because I'm trying to. It's like a buck and bronco, right? I mean, come on, man. You know, it's like when you go to the amusement parks, right? And they always have this Western style, like bar. And they have that thing you sit on, just like you're trying to sit up on a buck and bronco or a wild horse or something, and you're up and it goes fast and fast and turns around. That's how he left me mentally, because I'm thinking like, okay, he starts cussing. Okay, he's cussing. Then he goes off into other things. You realize he's a nut. How many people here have talked to somebody who they thought was sane and realized they were talking to a nut? And you might have given them like 5 minutes of your time, and you're holding on to the conversation, and it kind of made sense until they start stretching the boundaries. Like, okay, I'll give them that one. Maybe I didn't understand. And then you realize like they got aluminum foil around their ankles, or one eye is shooting off to the other side. You know, it's crazy. I knew this guy like that, right? I'm on a bus stop waiting for the bus, and it's the first time I saw him. Everybody was laughing. I didn't know what they were laughing at. So he was talking to me. He got on the bus in front of me, and I realized this is back in the 70s. He was sagging his pants with no underwear, and the Daily News was stuck in his butt, rolled up. And I'm like, and then he got on the bus and started clapping. I'm like, oh God.
Clapping about what?
I don't know.
Right.
I don't know.
Right? That's bizarre.
He used to hang out on Lefferts Boulevard and Liberty Avenue in Queens back in the day.
Yeah. I share a link to the video, but you'll see it like from the beginning to the end. Oh, he said more shit than that. This guy's. I mean, when you have tenure, it's not when you did your PhD and then like the university gives you tenure so you can teach there too. Or sometimes you have your master's degree and you can teach as you gain your PhD. That's what it means.
Right.
And this motherfucker took it to the whole new next level.
Online at
Yeah.
that. He'll
I
be
had
dead
to
and gone.
highlight.
He'll be famous.
Yeah, I had to highlight some of the stuff he said. Like he said, I stand before you today, that's in the beginning, beholding to no human cocksucker and working a paying fucking union job, and no Lambert dick of an administrator is going to tell me how to teach my class because I am fucking tenured professor.
Well, that's something that you overhear, because really and truly, if he was pissed at the establishment, what he said makes sense. Like if you overheard it, like if he's in a class, that's not appropriate. What I'm saying is that if he was in some kind of break room or something, you walking down the hall and you heard him talking and he got a little loud, you say, okay, he's mad at the establishment.
Yeah, he vented.
I never heard him talk like this because he's professional in the class. But angry white men get a longer pass than anybody else, because see, he'll be looked at as a revolutionary, even if he's a nutcase. You know, somebody will vibe with him. Somebody will push his cause. Trust me.
That's crazy. That's crazy, man. Yeah.
He's so brilliant. He crossed the line. He took a walk into the world of madness and forgot how to get out. That's what it was.
So too.
Yeah.
Because furthermore, he said you don't have a thing to worry about because there's absolutely nothing you can do. He was talking about how he grades them. They say you have no control over your grade. It doesn't matter how fucking hard you work or how great your grades are. My grading system is based on the Calvinist doctrine of predestination. What the fuck? Like Calvin, you know, he came after Martin Luther, so they're one of the pillars of Protestantism. Like he was saying that whatever happens to you is predestined. That's God who wants it. Because he went like even further. He said that when they talk about Calvin, the Indian didn't lose because they failed. They tried everything and nothing worked because the universe doesn't give a shit about justice. It's all predestination, and you are all predestined to lose, just like the Indians. What the? And sure, it's Native Americans, not Indian. It's already racist. It's fucked up, man. It's fucked up. That he go even further. Like he said that's further along the video. Like after around the 7 or 8 minutes, he said, I don't want to know shit about you. I don't even want to know your name. I just looked at the number and I assigned a grade. That's how predestination works. So don't come fucking complaining to me. Take your complaints to God. He ordained this system, not me. What the fuck?
But isn't this something how these guys reach a certain level in academia and they go right back down to the basic words that any truck driver would use?
Yeah, that's a savage. What the fuck?
You know, I mean, you know, I've seen people use finesse and use words a certain way because words can be weapons and slice a person up and they don't even realize it. But then they go right down to the basic. Yeah, obviously
he's homophobic and racist. Like, I mean, this nigga ain't woke because obviously he's Republican. He ain't woke. He was whoa, you know, whoa. What the fuck?
So put in an instant withdrawal request.
He played the clip he played is very homophobic and racist. Mm-hmm. But when I look at classroom filled with 50 students, I see 50 selfish kids who don't give a shit whether grandpa lives or die. And if you want to expose your grandpa to a possible infection with COVID, then stay the fuck away from me. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, he's on the edge.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
Mm-hmm. Look, you gotta watch him. The whole classroom would fill up with students, and he'd be in there with a machine gun.
That's a mass shooter right there, bro.
Yeah. Lock the door. I have a real lesson for you.
Yeah, that's a mass shooter right there. What the fuck?
I watch, folks. I'm telling you, I can see crazy a mile away, and I'm out of there.
Yeah. Because remember, I did send you the statistic about the gun.
The shooters,
mass shooting. Yeah.
But they're mostly white men. So they push this one happen. It's going to get covered by the news. But it still doesn't take away from the fact that it's these angry or twisted white men that do most of these shootings. And they don't get any press like this one, you know?
Yep. So let me see the total of mass shooting, because you have to export the Excel spreadsheet. They'll tell you the total of mass shooting for 2022 so far. And we're just in April.
Oh, good.
Because, okay, it's down. Are you done? Are you done? Oh, you done? Let me open it to see. Because they'll give me the total. Okay, let's see. All the way down. Hey, where's the fucking total? You can't give me the total? Is it the beginning or the end? No, I can calculate like that. Let's look at the end. So far, there have been 134 mass shootings.
Damn.
So far, 130. We're not.
And so many people want to come to America.
I know, right? Let them. Because you can explain whatever you want. They ain't going to believe you. They got to see it by themselves. They just said that you try to hold them back. You're lying. Let them come.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I just translated for a couple guys from Mauritania. And, you know, that's why sometimes I don't feel bad for them. I don't. Because the judge asks you because there's a thing with Americans and African or Haitian. When white folks ask you something, or American, give a straight answer, yes or no. Don't tell them about how you feel, how many kids you got, how many bedrooms in your house. They didn't ask you for that. Americans are not like that. Okay? So if it's like African or Haitian, they're like, okay, I understand you're having a bad day. White folks are not like that. Yes or no. Wrap it up. So every time, I don't feel bad for your ass because you keep rambling on for like 5 minutes when you could just said yes or no. Okay? And I can tell them nothing. All I can do is translate. Like today, she said, this is the only way you can prove that you're not a flight risk. Because she said there's 2 ways, because it was their bond hearing. But she said you have to first prove you're not a danger to American citizen or population or property, and you're not a flight risk. Proving you're not a flight risk by proving where you will reside the whole time of your the deportation proceeding. So how you prove it? Your sponsor has to write a letter saying that I'm the sponsor. This is where I reside. This is where the detainee will reside. I will take care of them. And every time dumb motherfuckers are like, I have the address. Why you need the proof? I mean, is you the judge? Are you American law? No, I don't think so, dumb motherfucker. How about you shut up, listen to what the judges tell? And over, yeah, they're repeating themselves. Like, what the fuck? Which part of the instruction you didn't get? You know, I don't feel bad for them sometimes. You know, like, so there's sometimes they start really, they're fucked up. Especially if you hear they're gay and they're being raped by their partner. God damn. Or that, you know, you hear that their uncle murdered their husband and raped their daughter. God damn. You know, those people like that, I feel bad for you. Because there's one, man, I was really working with her. I'm not, I wasn't only translating, I was working with her because I could see she was messing up. But, you know, and the judges were like, you're the best translator I ever had. Yeah, you're damn right. You're damn right. Because I could see she wasn't doing missteps, you know, and I'm like, bitch, I'm trying to root for you to get that asylum. You better get your fucking story straight. Shit. So, but usually I just said, because even the judge is like repeat the question over and over again to get the right answer from her. They even hint you. When it's a female judge, they will hint you what to say. But they're dumb sometimes. They're real dumb. Oh my God. Like, you know, I mean, it's not like I'm saying like you stupid where you came from. It's not what I mean, you know? But they come with that mentality that they're smarter than us here. No, motherfucker. We all smart just the same. You're not smarter than us.
Mm-hmm.
You may be more educated, but you're not smarter than us.
Right.
You know? Because there's this simple instruction. Have your sponsor write a letter that will prove where you live. Sign right inside a letter. But I have the address. Well, I gotta have the sponsor write a letter, but I have the address right there. And she said in the beginning, no, sir. Saying out loud the address is not proving that you're gonna live with your sponsor. For all I care, you can write a false address and you brought it to me. Oh, they don't want to hear that shit. I have the address. So how you want me to feel bad for you? Well, you got simple and clear instructions. Okay? So learn that from me. Like, even like every time I can feel bad for you. Because I even, like, when it's immigration, I cannot help you that much, bitch. You got to get your story straight because you will get me in trouble helping you. So I cannot help you that much. Okay? So, but you know, every time they're like shocked, like for example, the IRS agents or the judge get exasperated. Yeah. Because they ask you a simple ass question. Give a simple ass answer. Fuck. Yes or no. What you gotta tell about your grandma, your grandkid, how long you travel? Like, what the fuck? You know? So when you're in front of the judge, I basically just told you how to do it. And I said it again in several videos. I'm telling y'all again. To be qualified for asylum, you have to prove that you've been persecuted, attacked, harmed because of your race, your sexual orientation, your religion, political affiliation. Okay? And you have to be persecuted by a person from the government. And like countries like in Haiti or in Africa, everybody's in the fucking government. So just say it's the government. It's super fucking easy. Yeah. Who is that person? They work for the government. They got friends in the government. Period. Oh no, they were bandits. Deported. Every time, they were bandits. I'm like, motherfucker. Or like when they said they've been, this like give me a whole bunch of story. Oh, this is where they broke my bone. This is where I have scars behind my head. They don't give a shit. You gotta say exactly what they ask you. They don't hear it, deported. Oh, ça passé, demo. Yeah. They say exactly what they want to hear. If not, deported. You know, it's not like they don't have empathy. The culture is different. They don't want to hear all that bullshit. Like, straight to the point. That's how they are. Straight to the point. Lance can tell you that's how it is. They don't want to hear all that. They don't care. Especially when they go for the, man, I just love this. When it comes to Obamacare, you know, like the application for food stamp. And every time I have to stop and say, ma'am, sir, the question is not personal. It's generic. They ask everybody the same question. They ask me if you've been. Why asking me if I've been to prison? I've never been to prison. I never smoked in my life. Why asking me if I smoke? I'm like, sir, it's not personal. They have to ask. It's the law. They have to ask everybody the same question. But every time, man, they get upset. Oh, we're asking me this. We're asking me that. Or like I'm hungry. I'm not. There's the last one. It was food stamp, right? Yeah, I don't know if they're gonna give him that food stamp because he was lying. I can see he was lying because that was a pack of bullshit what he was saying. He said him and his wife are sick. They're not working. The children are working. They're paying the rent. So they asked the youngest kid how much he contributes. $10, $20. How much is the rent? $1,400. And he pays half the rent. I mean, this is the bullshit coming out of your mouth. You said the rent is $1,400 and he pays half. How $10 and $20 gonna pay the damn rent? Because African when they come here, they went to school. You know how to count. You know how to count. Like, that's bullshit right there. So the the agent over and over again. Let me talk to your son. What you gotta tell to him? Why you gotta talk to him? I just told you I'm not working. I'm sick. He working. I'm like, didn't you just say he ain't working? You said, is he working or is he not working? You just said he's not working. Like, yeah. No, he does Uber and valuable. I mean, that's working. What are you trying? Oh no, he's not a regular employee. Like, bitch, you better get that story straight. Because me at that point, I'm exasperated myself. Yeah, it's not like I don't feel bad, but when I'm saying like no, nah, I'm exasperated because even though you keep on the phone for 1-2 hours, that's $60-$70. Keep going. But let me tell you, even though you're gonna make that $70-$100, even yourself, you're gonna start getting exasperated. Especially if you can clearly see the person can give a simple answer, but especially if you not grew up here, but you're familiar with the culture here, it's like, bitch, get to the point. Get to the point and stop fucking lying. Stop fucking lying. Because they ask how much the eldest son gives. Oh, he's not working. Okay, so how can he pay half the rent if he's not working? How can any of them pay the rent if they're not working? Who pays the rent? Oh, they do. Okay. Like, how do they pay the rent? On the website. No, but I'm like, no, dude, you said you can't work. Why can't you have your son? Because this is where he lost his shit, because the agent asked for each son to write in detail how they help, how much money they contribute, and sign the letter. He lost his shit. I'm like, I don't see what the guy said there for you to lose your shit. You got to be accountable for what you're fucking saying. You said you're not working. They're paying for everything. So get your story straight.
For real.
Yeah. I mean, I tell you people, don't fucking lie. It doesn't help. Don't create stories. Don't fucking lie. Give white folks the answer they want. Yes, no. Left, right. White, black. Give them a straight answer. If not, then deported. Because sometimes, did I tell y'all that story? I told George and I told Miles about that story. I don't remember if I tell y'all that story. Because this guy, he Congolese. And that judge, he's really sarcastic. But in a funny way. But, he's no bullshit. He's fair, but don't give him bullshit. Because he can smell that bullshit far away. Because he's like, did you look for a lawyer? Oh, I don't speak the language. My brother helped me. Hey, Kwame. Yeah, so the judge like, you didn't do any research yourself? You didn't look for a lawyer? No, I don't speak the language. You mean you didn't go out and look for a lawyer? No, I don't know the area. I don't know anybody. So he's like, sir, explain to me how you travel all the way from Congo all the way here in the United States and you don't know how to look for a fucking lawyer. Explain that to me. Man, I was trying so hard not to laugh. But you got a goddamn point. Like, that's some stupid ass lie. Could you explain that? No, not your brother. You, sir. You. Didn't you travel and come here? Get your story straightened. What the fuck? I was trying so hard not to laugh because it just got a point, man. You're full of shit.
This is classic Beatrice, y'all. Live in living color.
Yeah. So it's not I'm being hard on y'all. Just don't lie, man. Don't lie. They have your fingerprint. They have your picture. They'll find your ass. They'll find your criminal background. They'll find everything. Don't fucking lie. You have to only ask for your name. Okay, you mean like the immigration thingy, or like what you mean, like the address? You mean like the immigration judge? Because you're gonna have to give that information. If not, then yeah, they need to check where you are, what you're doing, who you talk to, who you live with, where you're gonna go. They need to know all that. If not, they ain't gonna let you go. Yeah, the rules are very, very strict. Very, very, very strict. They even let you go, they put that GPS on you. I'm unapologetic. I'm just based on the experience. I see what happened. I'll tell you, this is how it's gonna be. This is how it's gonna happen. So, but because mostly what I do is deportation, so I already know how it works, what's gonna happen. And I'm pretty surprised because under Trump, shit, all I was doing is deport, especially with COVID. There was no hearing about deportation. They're just the credible fear. You don't pass credible fear, deported. Because the expulsion hearing, that one, they give you opportunity to gather evidence to see if you qualify for asylum, if you qualify for a protection against torture, or if you qualify for a withdrawal of removal. So but the credible fear, you got to prove first if you qualify for any of those benefits. If you qualify to come to get to the hearing where they see if they can expose you or not. And every time, man, and that's what happening. I started getting these a lot under COVID. And that's where, man, you see the motherfucker lying like a motherfucker. And every time they're shocked, they say deported. Yeah, because motherfucker, I can see you fucking lying. There's nothing I can do before you then translate. You're lying. And we're not lying. I mean, it's obvious. Because you said you're being persecuted by the government. What happened to you? Bandits beat me. So bandits are not the government. Get that story straightened. Bandits are not the government. A bandit is a bandit.
They ain't fooling you.
Okay? Because, give that lie. No, fix that lie or something. Yeah, fix that lie. Because a bandit's a bandit. Yeah, I mean, right now in Haiti, them bandits, all of them work for either a senator or a congressman or for a businessman. Yeah, they're government. They are. But if you keep saying bandit or not government, then they're not deported. Yep. So tell your people, folks, tell your people if they want to come here. Tell you how to do it. Yep. So besides the crazy ass teacher, because besides the mass shooting, what else we have going on? Yeah. Oh, yeah. In Australia, there's a surge of vegan. 12% of the population is vegan. And among those vegan, there's a surge of men wanting to do their vasectomy and women wanting to sterilize themselves. They want to sterilize themselves because they're concerned about the environment and overpopulation. You can't make that bullshit up. You can't make that bullshit up. So, one doctor said that data will show that Australia has the second highest vasectomy rate in the world. Dr. Nick Demejuk, or Dr. Snip, Dr. Snip, who has been performing vasectomies for 30 years in Australia, said that the procedure has become a badge of honor in younger men, especially over the last 10 years. How the fuck is it a badge of honor? How exactly it's a badge of honor? Okay.
Well, for those who believe in population control, they'll say, "Hey, good job, good job."
Yeah,
there's no population. This planet is well equipped with so much land. Come on, that's just the other things they push.
Yeah, I mean, when you hear that Chinese are 1.5 billion, they got plenty of land. The 1.4, they just concentrate like in like Wuhan, Shanghai, Hong Kong. They're concentrated in Beijing or but there's plenty of land in China. In India, there's plenty of bush. Africa, forget about it. Even though the whole 54 countries, they represent 1.3 billion people, but still, there's plenty of land. Russia, the population is 100 million. Shit, Russia. Here's a country that has land, but here's the bullshit with them. For example, the oligarch, they can own like up to 2,000 acres. Why one motherfucker can own 2,000 acres of land, man? What the fuck? Why you own 2,000 acres of land? You ain't gonna do shit with them land. They use it to go hunting or camping and all that dumb shit. Oh yeah, you can't blame Totomakut anymore. They out of fashion. Now blame the gangs like Katsamaozo or whatever. Even or blame the Americans because there's a ship that brings weapons 3 times a day in Haiti. So I don't know. But here's my thing. When they say they're doing this, because from 18 years old to 28 years old, there's an increase. 18 years old, man. Like, how can you make that decision at 18? You don't want kids. Yeah, it's particularly vegans. Like, 18 years old? What the fuck? Here's the thing. Because they didn't specify what race, but you already know what's up. Because based on, is it UNICEF? White folks are making 0.5 babies. Asians, 1.2 babies. Black people, 1.5 to 2 babies. Latinos, 3 babies per family, per household. So there's my thing. When you do that bullshit, so what is the message towards us? What you're trying to say? Because you're controlling your asses. So what they think about us when they do that bullshit? That's my question. Because when Fox News started doing that rampage, saying that, calling us criminals and this and that, like we're stealing their land, we take it over, it's because they know white women don't want to have kids. You know, young white kids, they don't want to have kids. So they blame all that on us, immigrants and non-whites. Okay, it ain't my fault if you cannot, pleasure your wife enough to have kids, in your household. That's not my fault. I ain't taking nothing from you, okay? Everything I got, I work for it. So, but if you watch Fox News now, they're changing the rhetoric little by little, somewhat. And they're trying to cater to Democrats too. So they're changing the rhetoric. So the boogeyman is no longer black folks or immigrants. Oh no, I mean a little bit. It's the Democrats, because now I don't know if it's stalking, like DHS, but now they're buses that keep dumping thousands of illegal immigrants in several cities. I say illegal because they're not really documented. They just were processed by Homeland Security. They don't have legal papers to be here. So most likely they're getting paid under the table.
Wow.
They keep showing buses. First it was in Texas. Now I heard it's in New York. I forgot where else. But yeah. Yeah, they keep showing it. And yeah, that's creepy. That is creepy. Oh yeah, so before I moved on, I was looking at the past year mass shooting. So before we move on, 2021, it has been 693 mass shooting.
Damn.
2020, 611 mass shooting. That's under Trump. Under Biden, it went up. We upgraded. The year prior, before COVID, 417 mass shooting.
So you think there's a correlation with COVID and shootings?
Yeah. So people are broke, they're prone to more violence. Now, for example, let me just get a link to my Twitter and post it so people can look at it. There's one video you see people in Shanghai, they're taking their own lives by the dozens. It's sad to see this. Like the person without hesitation, they jump off 14th floor, 30th floor, like without hesitation. This is fucked up. Let me find that particular video. But what makes it creepy, they're playing that nasty ass child song, you know, and while we watching people jumping off the, their balcony. It's fucking weird, man. Let's see if I can find the video. And oh, that was when they're beating the dog. Oh God. Yeah, let me see if I can find it and share the link. Is that it? Yeah, here it is. It's fucked up, man. It's really fucked up. Yeah.
Whoever thought this would be the world that we would be living in right now? Strange place.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad in Wuhan. I think it's because, seeing the lockdown happening all over again, and it's Shanghai. Shanghai, it's just like Hong Kong. They were relinquished back to China because they were like British colonies, Macau, Shanghai, and Hong Kong. So that's where you got all Macau, and so you got all those casinos. They're very like hype cities, and with like Western habits. You come and tell them you can't do this, you can't do that, especially if they used to live a certain way. And you tell them, some of them, they have been stuck in their home for weeks with no food. It's fucked up.
Wow. Talk about Wuhan. Remember that song by Busta Rhymes years ago? It was like in the middle 90s. Woo-ha! We got you all in check. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Woo-ha! We got you all in check. Well, the 2020 version with COVID, Wuhan, they got you all in check, got the whole world in check wearing a mask. Ain't that something?
For real? For real. Okay, so I guess you can copy the link and paste it. So that's where you can see those mass suicide. It's fucked up. It's just fucked up. So let me just get the link to my page, and yeah, you'll see what's happening in Ukraine, what's happening in Shanghai, and you also see some of the footage about the shooting, about the mass shooting. You just get my profile. Yeah, they're showing like inside the train how it's very bloody on the floor. Man, that's some crazy shit, bro. This guy threw 2 smoke grenade and started shooting at motherfuckers. No, that's crazy. That's really crazy. So here you go, guys. You can click on it, and I found quite a bit and retweeted them so y'all can see yourself what's happening in Shanghai. I actually have a friend there. She's a Vogue dancer, so I guess she's a cisgender because she's a woman. Because if you watch a woman, you're a cisgender. I don't know, man. But she got her own house. Yeah, she's what they call a prodigy, because there's several levels. Like if you're prodigy, then that's it. You're top notch. And what's the other one? Because she's a mother of a house. She also the prodigy. How do they call it? When you iconic. Iconic means like worldwide. They know you. Well, I got a prodigy. That's you're the shit. That's what it is. So she's both. She's iconic and she's a prodigy. Because now she's been teaching Vogue in Shanghai for years now. And so I'm not worried about her because she's there. And they have all that shit going on where people haven't had food for weeks. Like, what the fuck? And there's one video that show food like being wasted and spoiled and rotten because they didn't distribute them to people. Most likely they're letting them die. And just hoping they die quick. That's fucked up. That's real fucked up. In other videos, you see animals dying, pets. Because their owners are not there. They're locked out of Shanghai. And those animals are locked in the apartment for that's Woo! It's fucked up, man. Yeah, because I'm very sensitive for my cat, man. That's fucked up. That would fuck me up. That would fuck me if that would happen. Because I remember when Wuhan happened, like people would outside of Wuhan would communicate with this guy, and he would do wellness check on the pets and bring them food and take care of them. So I don't know if they're gonna do the same thing for Shanghai. Because Shanghai, how many people? They got like, is it 60 million? They got a lot of people. Yeah. They're like 30 million, 60 million. I don't remember. But they got have a huge population. So it makes you think about if you want to go like find a career in China. I mean, fuck that, man. Because if it's how you treat you handle pandemics, fuck that. Fuck that. That's crazy. That is crazy. Yeah. Besides that, now there's a sticker people are creating because of the hike of the gas price. That's the sticker shows Biden pointing out at a sign saying "I did that," so people would stick it right next to the gas pump because it's so high, so expensive. So you see Biden saying "I did that." Hey, so. So, hi, let me see if I can find an article. Is that one? Oh, yeah, no, that's another weird ass. That's weird. That's just fucking weird. Yeah. Let's see if I can find it. I did that thingy. Oh, yeah, Pennsylvania. There we go. So, a radio station, I don't know, or a news station, the KSTP, probably is Kansas something. Reported that last month, I did that stickers have been repeatedly shown up at Stockman's truck stop in South St. Paul. That's one. But there's one guy, he got arrested in Pennsylvania. So from the beginning, it says comical stickers blaming President Joe Biden for skyrocketing gas price have been showing up at gas station across the U.S.
Good idea.
With one man in Pennsylvania even arrested for putting one on a pump. So identical stickers bearing the words "I did that" next to a photo of appointing Biden have been seen in Minnesota and Kansas.
Well,
the video shows Glazewski being tackled by cops at a Turkey Hill convenience store on 1503 Columbia Avenue in East. That's very specific. East Hempfield Township. That's very fucking specific. He repeatedly yelled, "I did that. I did that. That's what I did." Right. Because he put the stickers and he even put something on it to make it impossible to remove it. Yeah, he made it very difficult to remove the stickers after spraying the surface with clear coat.
Well, you know what, too? They have stickers that they got this extremely strong glue on the back, and they're made in a way that when you try to peel them, they break off in little pieces. They're like scored a little bit, so you just can't peel off the whole thing. You just break off little. It's crazy.
Damn.
And the surface part is like really tough. That's crazy. That's his own little world.
Yeah, so that's the problem. This is why they're removing it, because if they don't, the gas pump will be fined thousands of dollars by the retailer. So they have to remove it.
But it's not their fault.
I know, right? It makes no fucking sense. There's one clerk, he said, "I take off 5 or 6 a day." What the fuck? From our different pumps. Like, what the fuck? 5 or 6 a day? This is crazy. That means people are really pissed off.
Putting in the work.
Yeah.
Making them spend more money. You're going to charge more at the pumps, or you're going to get a violation for having these up. And that's the only beginning. Because since the word got out for that, could you imagine the other stickers that they'll make? Somebody's going to come up with something. I need to make my own sticker to cover my own pet peeve. So what will that be? You know what I mean?
That's crazy. And there's this story that made no fucking sense. A Democrat who wrote that shit as a response to the Supreme Court decision about abortion. But I mean, you should have just shut the fuck up because this is fucked up. Because this is what he wrote. He said, fathers and mothers with greater wealth, education, and other resources are more likely to transfer these advantages to their children, compounding privileges over generations. As a result, children of less advantaged parents face an uphill struggle. Social mobility has stalled and democracy has been corrupted. More Californians, because it was California, are giving up on the dream. So, a recent Public Policy Institute of California poll found declining belief in the notion that you can get ahead through hard work. That's bullshit. That is bullshit. So, my solution is simple. While we wait for the legislation to pass, we can act now. The rich should give their children to the poor, and the poor should give their children to the rich. Homeowners might swap children with their homeless neighbors. You can't make that shit up. Here's why he's saying that. Okay, so he's saying in his Republic, Plato adopted Socrates' sage advice that children be possessed in common so that no parents will know his own offspring or any child his parents. What the fuck? In order to defeat nepotism, prevent the amassing of great fortunes, and create citizens loyal not to their sons, but to society. Today, universal orphanhood with powerful social trend that put to less interest in family. Californians are slower to marry and are having fewer children. So he's saying that this would solve all the problem. This is so his program, he called it the foster care for all. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck? Here's the thing, devil. You're saying this, but you're not talking about us. You're saying this. I mean, you talk because inevitably this was gonna happen. You white folks gonna say for us to swap babies. That's what's gonna happen. Like if I have a child, you'll tell me to give my child to a homeless motherfucker, to a bum, and for the bum to give me that child. Get the fuck out of here. Because here's the thing, you was creating rules, but it's never for y'all. It's never for y'all. The same way when, for example, Luther created his movement, he created for Christian, not for Jews, because he had I don't know if it's a king or emperor, had them the monarchy massacred the Jews and put them in concentration camps. That's where the Yellow Star bullshit started. That was Germany 500 years ago, and Germany did it again 500 years later. What the fuck? Okay? It never applies. It doesn't apply to y'all. It applies to us. This is what I say. Because inevitably, y'all going to create new legislation where it says white folks don't have to swap their babies. Black folks should swap their babies. That's what's going to happen. So fuck you with your stupid ass policy. You're full of shit. They say like gay parents should swap babies with regular parents like that. You don't know the gender of the child. There's no gender norm and all that. Just get the fuck out of here, man. Get the fuck out of here. Okay? Because their argument is like children with gay parents get a better concept of familyhood than with straight parents.
Wait, I got to jump in on that one. So it's better to have gay parents over heterosexual parents that produce the children or adopted, but they're saying gay parents are better. It's better for them to be in that situation. That's what they're saying. Oh man. This world's going to hell. I'm telling you.
That's why you give that topic, the title, Social Madness 2022. Now, rich niggas got to give away their babies to poor niggas for the white folks to feel good about himself. You sure ain't talking about yourself there, but you're talking about us. Fuck you. Yeah, it's not about, it's always about us. Talking about the end. Even when they talk about the end of the world, they ain't talking about them. Because then their mind, they're going to go to Golgotha in Jerusalem and they'll be saved. They're talking about you. Your ass won't be saved. That's why for 500 years, they're put in the bottom of the boat and chained with each other. Guess what happened? I did the song, right? Lance never posted it. I did the song, people. He just never published it. But yeah. So I shared it with one of the ladies I do the wellness check with. She told me she's Christian. I shouldn't share a song like that with her.
Why? I mean, you put something out. I mean, they just don't have to look at it or something. I mean, like, what's the problem?
No, she says
they'll
it's
send you
Christian
50 million things.
Because it's a slave praying to Agwe. Because Agwe is the divinity that presides over the oceans. So the boat is sinking, is being flooded. So he's praying to Agwe because if the boat sinks, then we all die because they ain't chained to each other. That's what the song says. She's like, she's Christian. I shouldn't send song like that to her. So that's what she sent me in the recording on WhatsApp. I'm like, lady, you do understand 500 years ago, we used to live in Africa and there was no Jesus. Jesus was enforced to us for 500 years by the same people that enslaved your dumb ass. You do understand that, right?
You told her that? What was her answer?
She ain't saying nothing. You can't say nothing. You can't say nothing. Yeah, because she said that, and she said what I did is inappropriate. Bitch, what you said is inappropriate. It's very inappropriate and coonish.
Coonish.
Yeah, very inappropriate, ignorant, and coonish. Say that, what the fuck I care, you're a Christian, bitch? There was no Jesus in Africa 500 years ago. There were Muslims. There are plenty of Muslims. There were Jews, plenty of Jews. Christian, not so much. Not so much. Because if you're Christian, well, yeah, there was in Africa and Egypt. Where else? Lebanon? The Egypt, Lebanon, but the top tier, the Maghreb. Because when you said Jerusalem, Libya, Egypt, Lebanon, Tunisia, Algeria, they were all included in Jerusalem. So when Jerusalem, they're all included. So yeah, in the north part, yeah, there was Christianity. The bottom, not so much. They're Muslims. But after what's his name? Saladin took Jerusalem from the Christian in 1100. Well, since then, there was no Christianity in Africa or in Jerusalem. The majority were Muslim.
Mm-hmm. It's over here now.
So ipso facto, I'm correct. There was no Christianity there. But yeah, it kind of like ticked me off. She said something like that. That's very ignorant. It's very ignorant what you're saying. Now you want to really piss me off? Like if I'm talking about historical things, about slavery, and you show up with Jesus, bitch, fuck you and fuck your mama. What the fuck wrong with you? What the fuck? Do you know it's Jesus that put your ancestors at the bottom of the boat? You do understand that. That we use the Bible to say that we're inferior to them. So therefore, they have carte blanche to do what they were doing to us. Shit, they were enslaving their own people and murdering, genociding their own people. Because them Jews that were killing in Germany, they were white. The Viking like to conquer. They start conquering, saying, yeah, they're Christian too. So is their whiteness right to conquer and slave your ass? Because you ain't Christian, they're Christian. You know?
They do what they want.
The British exterminated the Irish because they're Protestant and they consider Catholic as non-Christian. Explain that bullshit to me. Explain that bullshit. How being Catholic is not being Christian. Like, explain that bullshit to me. Because I'm confused. Oh, wow. See, Raw Reality just posted the first slave ship was called the Good Ship Jesus. I'm not even surprised.
The Good Ship Jesus. Just like not even just Jesus. The Good Ship. Oh, I want to be on the good ship, master. Please, people on the good ship. Pick the cotton for you, build America.
Tappity tap tap tap. Like, fuck you. Like, what the fuck?
You sure good he brought us over here to be civilized, even though he was up in the hills and caves of Europe?
Yeah, I remember, like, for example, when I was at university, every time I would say that I have witches and warlock in my family, the black folks, girls would be like, bitch, you do understand that Haiti been independent for 200 years, right? And the reason we got independent is because we went back to the ancestors, right? The belief of the ancestors. So of course I got witches and warlock in my fucking family. Yeah. So yeah, and since then they will give me the stink eye and attitude. Bitch, fuck you. I don't care. Be like Beyonce, can you pay my bill? Pay my automobile. You can't pay shit to shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck. I say what I want. Shit. You know? And she said she want to be a psychologist. Bitch, you can't be a psychologist because you're already intolerant of what people believe in. You can't be a psychologist.
Yeah, that's the number one thing.
Yeah, you have to be tolerant. You know, you got to be tolerant that, you know, you may have like a Muslim patient and the guys, they're very misogynistic. Very. They tend to lead the conversation. You have to like be on your toes like, dude, can you let me do my job? Because they think they know it all. Bitch, if you knew it all, you wouldn't be here. Can you let me do my job? You know, they're very like leading, or like Indians are like that too. Like make you doubt yourself. Now, I don't take that shit from anybody.
Right.
Because you need me to help you, right? Then shove the attitude up your ass. What's it gonna be, son? What's it gonna be? You know? But you gotta be tolerant of that. That they might come with an attitude. They might not even want your help. Like, for example, there was this lady, I translate for her. She said she'd been alone in the house for days. She couldn't leave. She stayed on the sofa. She couldn't move. That she'd been using a bucket to piss and shit. That she'd been like that for days.
Oh, man.
So I said, let me call 911. No, don't call ambulance. Like,
because she likes wallowing in her stuff.
Bitch, you said you got gas. You can't breathe. You're in a lot of pain. You say you're in so much pain, you have to use a bucket to shit that you never move from that sofa. What the fuck? She was Haitian. I'm like, so against her, I called 911. Because that's some, and she was like wailing and screaming and wailing like, bitch, you're in pain. So I called 911 her ass.
Right.
Plus I called the foundation because she didn't live too far from where I live. So I referred her to the foundation. She not only gave the representation of attitude, when I called her, she gave me an attitude too. Damn. Bitch, you don't need help. You don't need help. Because she was cussing me out, and I'm like, oh, hell no. I ain't going to your house.
What did he get cussed out? Good morning.
Yeah, because she kept asking for help, and my supervisor said she keeps canceling the help she asked for.
She ain't too right in the head.
No. She's like, oh, her children never come and see her. They don't come and help her. She's calling 911. They never take her to the hospital. Mom, like, bitch, I'm calling the hospital for it. Like, no, I don't want to go. Like, that's what I have to deal with. That's what I have to deal with, man. Okay, and you cannot give him an attitude. It's just you try to help them as much as you can. You cannot be intolerant. You can deal with crazy shit like that. It's just you gotta be as professional as possible and as detached as possible. You know, because I see that all the time. Like when I translate that, America's not used to this drama. Like, you know what? Bye. Click. They don't want to hear that bullshit. What's it gonna be? Yes or no? Left or right? White or black? That's how they see it. That's how it's gonna be. You don't answer what they want to hear. Click.
Wow.
So every time I try to say that, dude, say what they want to hear. Say exactly what they want to hear. Don't be adding flourishment. Just say exactly what they want to hear. But they never hear that shit, man. They always have to give you a story, motherfucker. Yes or no? Yes or no? Fuck. You know, idea you get exasperated. You know, they get into your
pick on their spirit, yeah.
Yeah, you get frustrated. Like, you know, it's not hard, motherfucker. Yes or no? Fuck. You know? And then, like, I remember, like, one that I translate for a guy. His asylum got denied. He's like, I wish that the blood of Jesus showered you and your family. Like, yeah, you could hear the African accent, like, what the fuck? What if that person was Muslim or a Jew, man? What the fuck wrong with you? You know,
people,
like
they don't think these days.
You know, but that's not there with that Jesus. Like, that's really ignorant. You can't do that. You can't do that. Yeah, because me, as he said that, I already know the verdict. Because them white folks, they ain't got no patience for that bullshit. Deported. I know the verdict.
No ifs, ands, or buts.
Yep. Nah, I don't put like it. I mean, I won't be whole Islam either, man. Because Arabs? Oh no, yeah, Arabs. They enslaved way more people than white folks did. So, and unfortunately, we don't have the numbers because most of them were women and children. They'd be raped in harems. So, even though China keeps saying in Russia that they never enslaved, but bullshit. They still were slaves in Russia in the 1800s. And they were not black. They were white. They were white until the Industrial Revolution happened.
You're getting a little dose of it, huh? I'm going to run to the restroom real quick. I'll be right back.
Okay, no problem. So, yeah, the world is going to shit. Okay, so that's the sticker people. Then we have what? Let's see what else is going on. Oh, yeah, folks, that's a very distressing story. Very, very distressing story. Let me find it. Nope, not the neo-Nazi. Nope, no. Ah, yeah. That one is really, really very sad. A family of 5 jumped off a balcony from the 5th floor. I mean, 5 people from the 5th floor. Huh. Yeah. I hope it was an apartment 5 too. Jesus Christ. Yeah. So the husband or the father and husband was 40 years old. His wife was 41 years old. Her twin sister Okay, 41 years old as well. They're twin. And the daughter was 8 years old. There was also a 15-year-old boy, the son. He survived, but he's in the coma. In the coma. It's fucked up because what happened is these people were survivalists and conspiracy theorists, and they haven't seen the children for weeks or months even. They would never get out of the apartment. And then, like, because when they got in the apartment after the suicide, the group suicide, and they found like stockpile of food for like years worth of food in the house. So it's just the police, because they never saw the children. They went to check on them, and they knocked on the door several times. Says they got no response. They left, and the next morning, the whole family jumped off their balcony. So there was no sign of foul play. So they all voluntarily jump off the. What the fuck, man? That's fucked up. And yeah, they were a French family, and that happened in Switzerland. That's fucked up. A whole family? That's really fucked up. I mean, this pandemic is really driving people crazy. And that, since the pandemic, they stay in their apartment, they never got out. Huh? Oh, I guess they had highlighted Kwame involved libation for. Well, I mean, how they call yours? Because here in Haiti, they're lois. So we're going to Kwame, what they call them? Ancestors? But because the loi is based on the French word loi, which means the law. So the ancestors tell you what on the law, what you can or cannot do. So no, not all conspiracy theories gonna do. I didn't mean that. That didn't come out of my mouth. I just said that's what they were. That's what the article says. That's what they were. So they never communicate with anybody. They stay in their apartment and never left. I'm just saying what I read. Yeah. So yeah. So it seems like to me that's what it looks like. This pandemic, it just creates opportunity to people have like really very abnormal behaviors.
And we haven't seen the worst of it. The worst is yet to come.
That's the thing. So, because they're CNN or whatever, Fox News, they're pretending that what's happening in China right now is Omicron. I don't think so. I mean, just for Omicron, you quarantine a whole city, depriving them of food. I thought y'all said Omicron is not as how do I call it? It's virulent, but it doesn't cause as much damage as Delta. So nah, I don't know. I mean, the videos are very distressing, but I don't think it's Omicron. I don't know. Probably something, a new variant we don't know about. Because they're saying there's a new one that's already here.
Yeah, that's they're reaching.
Like you said, they're reaching. You know, it's just like I said, you know, like try as much as possible, you know, not to spend your money on frivolity unless you really want that dress like I do, or you really want them pretty nails. But don't spend all your money on frivolities, you know. Save some of that money for just in case. And if you can, invest like I know in Bitcoin, stocks, whatever. And that's where you when shit hits the fan, you well off because it's not enough for you to have savings. Because see what happened while the pandemic, everybody lost their savings. It's not enough.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure you're well off, whether you have savings or not. Yeah, you're right, World Reality. You don't really know what the fuck going on in China.
Yeah, it's so secretive.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. So here's the thing. China, you had video escaping, showing how they're beating on dogs and putting cats alive in trash bags and people jumping off the ledge. And you see all that.
Oh, God.
Okay? So when a government is letting that shit happen in their country, in one city in mass, and they don't care, why would you try to provoke this nation to war? These niggas show you they don't give a shit about their people jumping off a cliff, jumping off their balcony. They don't give a shit. They don't give a shit that their people are locked in, in their building for months without food. They don't give a shit. So why you keep slapping them with sanctions and trying to go to war with them? And that's China. China, you got some video escaping. That pandemic was also in Russia. We have never seen video escaping from Russia. Nothing. Nothing. Not even tweets. Nothing. So you have no idea what the Russians have done to their own people to contain COVID. No idea. Because right now, they caught them Chechen driving with incinerators. So once they kill the people like in a bunch, they incinerate their bodies. So you cannot count the dead. So you have no idea how many people died.
What a gory life. It's crazy.
Okay? These are the people you provoke into war. People who have just as much nuclear head as you do. People who have just as a big army as you do. People who will not hesitate to slaughter millions without hesitating to contain a virus. Then we say that Russia would go to war. Russia did go to war. These niggas, they will not hesitate because you talk about nuclear head, they will not hesitate. They won't. No wonder she goes along well with Putin. They will not hesitate. So, just like the Europeans are saying, fucking negotiate. Okay? Fucking talk. Do peace talk, negotiate. Because nobody want to be dragged in that bullshit.
That's right.
Nobody. Because they will not hesitate. Because they're propagating that the Russians are using lethal gas on people, while the Russians are saying that it's actually Azov who's making this up. You have no idea. Right now, they're in control. They took power grids in Ukraine. Yep. They took the petrol plants. They took the ports. So nothing's coming out. You have no idea what's happening. So, and if you go on my page, you scroll down, because you're going to scroll down a lot, and you see what Mariupol are actually saying before the Chechen, because it's a Chechen who liberated them. They say, even though, there's their case, they keep saying Russian raping them, Russian did. No, motherfucker. Chechens are in Kiev. Chechen are in Mariupol. They're Russian too. They're Russian speaking. I'm confused. Yeah, because I know Chechen have somewhat its independence, so I don't know. They're like a vassal or something. But no, it's the Chechens. Oh, Spectre. Goddamn. The scamdemic. Oh, yeah, you're right. You're correct. You are correct. You are correct. Actually, the World Bank with the IMF. This is in the United States. This when they tell you the population that they're sending weapons and aid to Ukraine. That's not what they're doing. IMF is actually loaning money to Ukraine to buy weapons. So right now, Ukraine is indebted to its eyeball. Thanks to Zelensky. Buying weapons they cannot afford to begin with. So I don't know what the fuck gonna happen. Because at this point, when I saw the images of Kiev and Mariupol, I'm like, Putin might as well like drive back to Russia with its army. There's no point. Because the way the country is like, there's no infrastructure, there's nothing, no building, no nothing. It will take decades for Ukraine to get back on its feet. Decades. Okay, there's a threat of hunger. People are dying of hunger, of thirst, with no resources. It will take decades to get this country back on its feet. So he already won. There's no point keep bombarding Ukraine. There's no point anymore. You already won, especially if they're borrowing money. I'm like, Zelensky, really, motherfucker? Really? How are you going to pay back that loan? How? You got no infrastructure. You got no crop to sell, no oil to sell. You ain't got nothing. How you going to pay back that loan? I know, Spectre, y'all know exactly what you meant. I know exactly what you meant. This is the before last movie. Yeah, with the Craig. Yeah. So, because here's the thing. Ukraine is the main provider of grain. After Ukraine, it's Russia. So let me find that article because I read it to y'all before, but let me find it about how this will affect the war. Let's see. Is that it? That one? No, that one. No, this one. Yeah. Russia accounts for less than 2% of global gross domestic product, while Ukraine accounts for only 0.14%. So it's not in our interest to sanction Russia. So Russia supplies nearly 40% of Europe's natural gas and 65% of Germany's natural gas. So Germany be talking all that shit. Meanwhile, 65% of your gas, you're getting it. Russia. This is stupid.
What a chess match. I
know, right? The United States still is importing stuff from Russia. They keep it on a hush hush, but we still are important. Even worse, because I didn't keep that article because they're having problem knowing which oligarch they should sanction or not because they're on their payroll. Especially in UK, they're on their payroll. You sanction them, you ain't getting that money no more. I'm just saying. And Britain really needs that money. Especially after Brexit. They really need that money. So, Russia is the third largest oil exporter in the world. So, it counts of 7% of all crude oil and petroleum product imports into the United States. Yeah, we're still selling them oil. Yeah, they're talking shit, but we're still selling. I mean, I'm saying we're still importing oil from the Russians. So, okay, so Biden says signaled that he would stop importing oil, but he's still doing it. They didn't stop. So less obvious, Russia and Ukraine account for nearly 1/3 of all global wheat exports. God damn. Several countries, including Kazakhstan and Tanzania, import more than 90%. Nigeria is in it too, of their wheat from Russia. So, and I remember the Nigerian president got in that bandwagon of blaming Russia, right? I think 80%, they get 80% of their grain from Russia. So now they're scrambling to be able to win off that. But it says the next 5 years, they'll be able to produce 80% of their own grain. So if it'll take you 5 years, then shut the fuck up. Okay? Like, shut the fuck up. It's ridiculous. So the war potentially disrupted the still recovering global food supply chain. Yeah, it did. It did. So there's going to be food shortage as well.
But that's inevitable.
Yeah, that's inevitable. Because, Ukraine used to provide grain, and Ukraine's all fucked up. There's no crop. There's nothing. Okay? So there's also this factor. 36 countries, including EU members, the US and Canada, closed their airspace to Russian aircraft. Russia retaliated with the same restrictions. As a result, goods transported by air freight from China to Europe or the eastern US may need to be rerouted and use slower and more expensive modes of transportation. Y'all really didn't think that shit through. No wonder he's asking for Putin to be deposed. Because, motherfucker, you really didn't think that shit through. Because they did. They did. China, Russia, and India, they did. Because, was it this or last week, Biden met with Modi, the Prime Minister of India. And I know why already. Because that's the first thing I thought. Because India is building a financial system with Russia where the monetary share will be ruble for rupee. And the dollar will be excluded. And I did talk about that in the last show. So since they're excluded Russia from SWIFT, so what's happening in India? They're setting up 4 to 5 nationalized Indian banks to be able to do the exchange rubles for rupee. Besides that, Russia said from now on, in order to buy oil from Russia, you need to pay us in ruble. I did say that, right? In the last show.
Mm-hmm.
They're saying it. Any unfriendly nation, because the friendly one, Russia is asking for them to pay them in bitcoins. Wow. Except China, because China banned the usage of bitcoins. Of course, because they have no control of it. It's decentralized. And you got no money. Your money is the government money. And that's some bullshit. So all the unfriendly countries like United States, Germany, and I don't think France is in it. Not really. So they have to pay in rubles and not in euros. Mm-hmm. Russia will not take that money. I mean, this month they will, but starting next month, you will have to pay in rubles. You ain't got no rubles, you ain't getting no gas.
Russia pulled a gangster move.
Yeah, because the sanction is depreciating the rubles. So in order to save the rubles and the Russian economy, pay me in motherfucking rubles. Or probably they're gonna say, pay me in motherfucking gold. Because that's the next one. And the United States is losing their shit because if you do pay in rubles, they have no control over it. They won't know how much money Russia is gaining, especially if India says they will do exchange. So you have no no idea what money's being exchanged, how much money. Probably they're already making money, and the United States has no idea what's going on.
That's right.
Yeah, because India is next to China, and China is right next to Russia. You have no idea what's going on. But here's the thing: I don't understand this at all. Is India needs China and they need Russia. I don't understand why, and because there's the Republic TV. That's the Indian, one of their most popular news agency. Why they keep talking shit about the Chinese? Because you do need their business. When you do business with somebody, don't be talking shit of that person.
You won't have that business anymore.
You know, this is stupid. You need that business, don't you? Stop talking shit about them. You know? But because of all the sanctions, because Russia slapped sanction on us too, here's what's happening with the State Department. So, travelers can only depart from Russia through Russia's borders, the land borders. So, the use of credit, debit cards, and access to foreign currency. So, as a result of sanctions imposed on Russian banks, in response to the Russian military action in Ukraine, major credit card firms, MasterCard, Visa, and American Express, announced a suspension of services in Russia. Like, what the fuck?
Come with body blows now.
I mean, okay, you want me to cross the border, but how am I going to buy a ticket if you shut down Visa, MasterCard, and American Express? Like, what the fuck? So, they're saying that reports indicate that as of March 10, MasterCard and Visa card are no longer usable at a wide range of local businesses. So, travelers may consider using local credit cards, cash, if they had time to pull that money from their bank, because you fucked them. Other forms of payment, and request that family, friends outside of Russia purchase their ticket. U.S. citizens should take this into account when making their plans. The Bank of Russia has announced that it's banned on non-residents from unfriendly countries transferring money abroad using any cross-border transfer method. Like, what the fuck? You can't even mean Western Union's not gonna work, Cam's not gonna work, Zelle's not gonna work.
Oh damn.
CASHAPP ain't gonna work. So
well, CASHAPP only works in the UK and America.
Yeah. PayPal ain't gonna work. Y'all fucked. This is fucked up. So it's saying also since March 9, the Central Bank of Russia announced that owners of foreign currency accounts, including those in US dollars, would be allowed to withdraw no more than a cumulative of $10,000 in foreign currency during a 6-month period from March 9 until September 9. Depositors are permitted to continue using US dollars or other foreign currencies account. Top them up with foreign currency and withdraw any amount in rubles in excess of $10,000. What the fuck? This is a shit show. I mean, you put all that fucking sanction and you did not establish a system to repatriate all your U.S. citizens, although some of them might be Russian American. So, U.S. citizens wishing to depart Russia by land should be prepared to comply with country-specific entry requirements. Direct flights are currently operating from Moscow and other major Russian cities to Turkey, the United Arab Emirate, Qatar, Thailand, India, and other destinations. So they're just not going to go to EU and US or Canada. This is stupid. So you mean if I was stuck in Russia, I got to catch a stupid ass bus, drop me somewhere, and catch an expensive ass ticket to fly around the world to get back to the United States? You motherfuckers didn't think that shit through.
It'll make you take the long route.
You didn't think that shit through. This is insane. So, yeah, I mean, let me get the link for y'all so you can read it too about the State Department. Get the link so y'all can read it too. Okay? But here's the thing. They should have seen this shit coming. Because Russia and China put out a group statement for both of them days before the invasion. And when was that statement? Yeah, February 4th. So like 20 days before the invasion. So I'm going to the main part, like where they be explicit of what's going on. So let me just get that first. The link and give it to y'all so y'all can read too. Okay. Paste. It's a long ass link, but hey, y'all got it. Anywho, all right. Okay. Oh, Kwame wanted to talk to you. Okay, cool, whatever. Yeah.
No, I gotta run the show. While we're doing the show, I'm listening to you. You're the one talking. He's sending me all these questions. What do you think about French toast in France? What do you think? I'm like, listen, I'm in the background. I gotta run the show. I'm sorry, brother Kwame, but you know, all those questions, man, I gotta take my time and answer them. So I gotta, kind of, sort of, you know, run the show. All due respect.
Exactly. I'm a little busy right now. Please give a message. Send me an email. Yeah, so that's the State Department. So then read some of that joint statement. They put that statement out while the Olympic Games. So they called themselves the sides. So Russia and China, the sides are gravely concerned about serious international security challenges and believe that the fates of all nations are interconnected. No state can or should ensure its own security separately from the security of the rest of the world and at the expense of the security of other states. The international community should actively engage in global governance to ensure universal, comprehensive, indivisible, and lasting security. The sides reaffirm their strong mutual support for the protection of their core interests, state sovereignty and territorial integrity, and oppose interference by external forces in their internal affairs. The Russian side reaffirmed its support for the One China principle, confirmed that Taiwan, goddamn, is an undeniable part of China and opposes any form of independence of Taiwan. What the fuck? Russia and China stand against attempts by external forces to undermine security and stability in their common adjacent regions, intent to counter interference by outside forces in the internal affairs of sovereign countries under any pretext, oppose color revolutions, and will increase cooperation in the aforementioned areas. The sides condemn terrorism in all its manifestation, promote the idea of creating a single global anti-terrorism front, with the United Nations playing a central role, advocate stronger political coordination and constructive engagement in multilateral counterterrorism efforts. The sides oppose politicization of the issues of combating terrorism and their use as instruments of policy of double standards, condemn the practice of interference in the internal affairs of other states for geopolitical purposes through the use of terrorism and extremism groups, as well as under the guise of combating international terrorist and extremism. Whatever, but it's long. It's like 17 pages. Is that it? 17? Oh, 12 pages. Yeah. It's long. It's long. Because I was reading what page? Because I had to read it. Oh, that mess. Yeah, that's page 5. That's nice long. It's a long speech. It's long. So let me see if there's a link to it.
It should be.
Now? Yeah. Let me see if I can find it. Because now I just looked the PDF. I just look it up. I could just share the PDF. Because I have it in my Google Drive. Hold on, give me a minute, y'all. Give me a minute. So y'all can read that 12 page, because I sure ain't gonna read 12 pages. So hold on. Yeah, there's a lot going on. Oh, meanwhile, while I'm doing this, I am shocked that Le Pen, you guys remember Le Pen? The French candidate that Trump was voting for, he didn't want Macron. He wanted Le Pen. Le Pen is a French white supremacist. She said that the French population is white, bitch. You don't understand. There are Department of Outre-mer, which is an extension of France, and Guadeloupe, Martinique, Guyane Française, Réunion. They're not white. I mean, there are white folks, but the majority is black, and they're French. What about all the French citizens, that black French or Arab that were born there? What are you trying to say? She also called the refugees, the immigrants, she called them dust under the rug. That bitch is a mess. But here's the thing, she's standing with Russia. Bitch is a mess. She's staying with Russia. She said we shouldn't sanction Russia because inevitably it will affect us, and she is correct. It will affect the economy of France. So let me... here it is. Where is it? Where's that thing? Where's that article? Oh, I see it. Hold on. Yeah, it's already there. Let me just delete that. There. Okay. So I can have access to it. Okay. So share. Okay. Here's the link. Guys, so y'all can read what China and Russia are saying for the sides. So, let's see. Le Pen. What Le Pen said. Because her grandfather was a well-known white supremacist. But she said she distanced herself from him. Okay, but bitch, you sound just as racist as your grandpa. I don't know. It doesn't really change anything. But she said that I agree with sanctions, including those against Russian oligarchs. The only thing I don't want is sanctions against raw materials, which will have dire consequences for the French and the rest of the world. She's correct, and it is. So I'm against everything that will result in increased payments for the French. And so, the far-right candidate, also noted that France needed to prevent Russia, the world's largest country, from rapprochement with China. Rapprochement with China? Whatever, to get closer with China. The world most populous, as it would be a serious problem for Paris. Whatever. But yeah, I was shocked. I'm like, really? She's rooting for Russia? Okay. But then again, Fox News is all still rooting for Russia. They're against the invasion. But they're saying, just like me, if she would have stopped poking the bear, this shit would have never happened. Now, wouldn't it? Okay.
Poking the bear.
Yeah, I said called poking the bear. Because even before the section, rent in the United States went up 40%. I mean, for 2 bedrooms, it went up 24.4%. So, for example, in Florida, where I'm at, the average rent for 2020, the average rent, so they even say 1 or 2 bedroom. It says $1,300 for 2020, $2,000 for 2021. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, that's close to what we pay, but it's for 2 bedroom, not for 1. Georgia is cheaper. It's $1,068 for 2020, $1,459 for 2021. Let's see New York. Average for New York is 1,800. That's for 1 bedroom, right? Because for is it for 2020 1,800, for 2021 2,270 for what? A studio?
A studio.
Yeah, most likely.
Oh.
Okay. California.
It's gonna be
average. Yeah, $2,034 for 2020, $2,600. 2021.
Past the tent.
Texas is pretty cheap. 2020 is, oh, no, not really. 2020 is $1,067. 2021, $1,259. Let's see. Oh, nice. But damn, South Dakota in 2020 was $481. 2021, $1,029. Damn, that's steep. That's some steep shit. Damn. Okay. Is that Michigan? Yeah, Michigan is still cheap. Like, it's a broke state anyway. Yeah, depending on the city. So it was 1,146 for 2020. Now it's 1,282 in 2021. Yep. What about Jersey? Yeah. Jersey is 1,783 for 2020, 2,253 for 2021. So I hate to see how much it will increase this year because I know our list is coming up next month. We'll see. But the landlord is pretty cool. So, yeah, she's pretty cool. So, which, because I remember that, because we didn't pay that much as a deposit. The one before, Joe had put at least $5,000 down, the 3 months ahead, and for a shitty ass roach infested apartment with leak everywhere. Boric acid's your best friend, man. Boric acid. And this one was way worse. My brother didn't want to use boric acid. I'm like, fuck that, man. I can't leave like that. Where are you? You're at the point where you like this because you trying to not have roach from the ceiling fall on you, it's bad. That's how bad it was.
Yeah, especially if you're laying on your back and you start to yawn.
Yeah, and you're like what? No, I'm like, I was like, fuck this. I bought boric acid, so I started doing my bathroom in my bedroom. So, but then he relented because I bought a 5-pound bag of boric acid. So yeah. It was bad, especially because my mom was still alive. You have all them fucking roaches running around. So, but in less than a month, we don't have roach problem. We haven't had any since then. And it's almost has been a year. What is bringing Ukrainian over here? Yeah, no, not really. No. That's what they tell you, but that's not what they're doing. They're only going to give refugee or TPS, permanent status, only to the Ukraine that was already here. And based on the State Department, European in general, they only give 10,000 TPSs. So the nation that's really getting refugees is Poland, Hungary, and Romania, not the US. Because if they say they give TPS to all European, so probably there's only 2,000, 3,000 Ukrainian, maybe less. Who knows? Yeah. Because they say, CNN says there's 7 million, right, that are displaced. Poland will keep 40% of that. Because they don't want them refugees, even though they're white like them, to leave Poland. They don't want them. Like, for example, EU countries, they give them a temporary status for up to a year and a half, or is it 3 years? Is it 3 years? I know it's not that long. Yeah, 36 months. Yeah, 3 years. That's it. It's not like a green card or refugee. No, you get temporary status for 3 years. Then go to fuck back where you came from. Even though they know very well it would take more than 3 years for Ukraine to get back on its feet. Probably Russia going to use China to build them quick infrastructures. It's crazy, man. China can build a whole city in a week. It's crazy. A week. Yeah, it's a rabbit hole. So, because Zelensky is like begging and praying like, hey, well, here's the most important thing. Man, you can't make this shit up. Zelensky appeared by teleconference in the Greek parliament, asking for Greece, the Greek government, to pressure EU. When he was done with his speech, guess what he did, people? Guess. I'm waiting for y'all. What he did. Guess what he did.
Crickets.
I know. Y'all gotta guess. Say something. Post something. Guess. Guess what he did. Because remember, Zelensky, CNN cannot stop repeating he's Jew. He's a Jew. He's a Jew, right? Guess what he did? Zelensky, who was a Jew, invited Azov battalion to explain the situation in Ukraine. Azov battalion, who is a Nazi group, a neo-Nazi group. They're direct descendant, directly affiliated to the Nazi party from World War II, directly affiliated to them. He invited a Nazi, a Jew, invited a Nazi to talk about the situation in Ukraine. You can make that shit up. So you can imagine what he did backfired. Because the Greek are very upset about this. Yeah. They're like, how can you bring a fucking Nazi terrorist to talk about your country? What the fuck? You can't make that shit up. You can't make that shit up. So let me see the article. See what they say. Okay. So the guy, he showed up and said, what's his speech? He said, I speak to you as a man of Greek descent, because they were appealing to Greece and the Greek ancestry. My name is Mikhail. My grandfather fought against the Nazis in Second World War. I was born in Mariupol, and I am now also fighting to defend my city from the Russian Nazis. So you're Azov and the Russian are Nazis. Hey, Azov is the most dangerous white supremacist Nazi group in the world.
That's crazy.
Okay? So why is it immediately backfired? Like, for example, the opposition party, the Syriza Progressive Alliance leader, Alexei Tsipras, he said, solidarity with the Ukrainian people is a given, but Nazis cannot be allowed to speak in parliament. So Tsipras says the speech was a provocation, and that the Greek prime minister bears full responsibility for this day of historic shame. For real, nigga? You can't make that shit up. But guess what? The United States, the EU, and Japan started that bullshit. Because the EU started to redefine what Azov mean, and that no, Azov has evolved. This Azov in Ukraine, they're nationalists, they're not racist, they're not Nazis. And Japan, who in its mainstream news used to call them terrorists and Nazis, they said they will relinquish that and they no longer call them Nazis. Just because of Ukraine. You can't make that shit up. You can make this shit up where we're making the excuse for Nazis over Ukraine. But meanwhile, Azov Battalion, they put out a video on Twitter. The video is still there. I can give you the link. It's still there. Where they're showing their bullets. They're rubbing their bullets in pig fat. That's the bullet they will use to shoot at the Chechens, which is now they are Muslim. It's a majority Muslim nation.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucked up. But here's the fucked up part. Twitter didn't remove the video. How come you kept that's hate? That's hate. Yeah, that's hate speech. Showing white folks rubbing bullets and pig fat to shoot Muslim. They didn't remove that video. You can share it, but they didn't remove it. So let me just post it there so I can find a link to, because I tried to share it, I couldn't share it, but you can access the video. Let me see. Let me see. All right, because that's the Is it the Lebanese news? Yeah, that's Lebanese news agency who posted it. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, it's still there. It's still there. So, but you can't share it. You can see it, but you can't share it. Hold on, let me send it to you. So put it in the comment, right? And hold on, let me put it. I'll put it in a private chat so Lance can share with y'all. And here we go. They got a long ass link.
I'm telling you.
But I guess it's because you can't share it. Where you clearly see them rubbing the bullets clearly in pig fat. Yeah, that's a long ass link. What the fuck?
It's a book.
Yeah. It's crazy. I mean, you can't pin the you can't pin it or share it, but it's there. And it's the title clearly said that's what they're doing. That's fucked up. And that's definitely not freedom of speech. That's hate speech. Oh well. Say what else going on? Okay, I talked about that. Yeah, I talk about that. Oh man, I went quick. What the fuck? Man, I went quick. I is the bomb. I basically talked about everything. Yeah. Oh yeah. The only thing I didn't talk about is about where remember I was comparing with the mass suicide, the family that jumped off the 5th floor with because of the fact that number 5, it reminded me of Damas, Mizak Damas. That was his name. He murdered his wife and all 5 of his children. He slit their throat with butcher knife. Then he fled to Haiti. As if there's no American in Haiti. As if they won't bring your dumb ass back to the United States. It's fucked up, man. All 5 of your kids. All 5 of your kids, man. What the fuck? What the fuck? He slit their throat. And then when he got caught, he says because he was possessed. No, you were not. I can show you how. Because he posted on his Facebook days before what he did, because I went and read the articles again, that sinners will be saved no matter what they did. They will go to heaven. Because they're trying to, his lawyers, he got 6 death sentence. Thank God. Finally. Because I did like it appealed over and over and over and over. Because probably he wanted to get, deemed like mentally ill and probably be put in a mental facility, and get away with it. No, motherfucker. No, motherfucker. You are going to get prison for life or executed. So I don't know when he'll get executed, but in 2000, I don't think he was yet. Let me check if he's executed already. But he was sentenced in 2018. Just look his ass up. Isaac Damas. See if there's some Wikipedia page for him. That was the most brutal. Man, nigga does have a Wikipedia page. Now he's still alive. He's still alive, unfortunately. Yeah, that nigga had his That's why I ain't buying his shit. Cause he had like his half naked pictures on MySpace and Facebook, showing up his muscles, flirting with women, even though he had a wife and 5 kids. He had affairs, but he's where people automatically thought that he did it because he used to beat the shit out of wife. He even got arrested once because he not only hit the wife, he hit the baby. Okay? And days before, you said sinners will not go, sinners will be forgiven and go to heaven. So, of course, when he got caught, because those videos have been there since 2009. It happened in September 2009. Is that? Let me double check. Make sure about this exact Damas. Okay, let's see. Yeah, September 2009. So he killed his wife and all 5 kids. And in the middle of the night, I think it was on September 17, he drove from Naples, he was living in Naples, to Miami airport and bought a one-way trip ticket to Haiti. And you're telling me you were possessed and you're mentally ill? I don't think so. So, but when he arrived in Haiti, that made his relative very suspicious. First of all, he arrived to Haiti alone because the aunt was like, "Where's your wife? Where are the kids?" Then she noticed laceration on his hands because the wife fought with him. So that made her even more suspicious. And finally, he would be sitting and praying all times of the day and night. So the aunt was like, something's off. And when she went and watched the news, she found out that he fled from killing his wife and kids. So of course the aunt snitched on him. I would too, man. You killed 5 people and you fuck this. I'm calling the police. You slit my throat. I'm calling the police. Yeah, you know what he was doing, Kwame. Yeah, just look up his name and you'll find tons of YouTube videos about him and the news articles where they showed the funeral because the youngest, the baby, was it a 1-year-old? It was a baby. They buried the baby with the wife, and each of the other children were buried in their own coffin separately. So when he got busted while he was walking from the airport to the plane, he said, "Yes, I did it. I want to be buried next to my family." Hell no. Hell no. But if you'll find a video where you see the family is really distraught, because especially because the guy that wrote the piece, the white journalist, he's like, you're not even walking in the house and you can hear the wailing, people screaming and crying before you even get in the house. This is a humongous tragedy. Yeah, that's a tragedy. Yep. Yeah, that's an evil piece of shit. You're correct, Kwame. I bet. Oh, he's probably in hell because he put himself in hell. He pretended to be crazy since 2009. But the judge didn't buy that bullshit. The Supreme Justice didn't buy that bullshit. Death sentence, motherfucker.
Express lane to hell.
Mm-hmm. Death sentence. She didn't buy that bullshit. Because his doctors and lawyers was like, no, he's schizophrenic. Fuck that. He ain't got no schizophrenic. He playing that bullshit. You know, when he got busted for the whole, because me, every month I was checking what's happening. That's why I never forgot his name. I never forgot what happened. So I would check what they did with that motherfucker. He Haitian. Because when they got him and the officer, the police officer, is like, we don't have that kind of bullshit here, man. Of course we would return him to the United States. We don't do stuff like that here. He said that in English. We don't do that stuff like that here. We don't do that. Kill your wife and all 5 kids? No, you can keep that. We don't want it. You can keep that. We don't want it. You know? Yeah, like, and maybe, I don't know, it's common, well, when I was living there, that a husband would butcher his wife over jealousy, especially if the wife divorced them or left them because he's abusive. So,
wow.
It's fucked up. It's really fucked up. Really fucked up. Fucked up. You know? Because me, that's why I remember when I had my firstborn, I was really concerned about that, having a Haitian husband. Because me, I don't want one. Especially if you're not American, you're Haitian. Or you're Haitian American. Because if you're in Haiti, no matter what this man did to you, no matter if you're in life danger, the law in Haitian Constitution says, not then the Haitian law says, if the husband say you cannot leave the country, you cannot leave.
Wow.
Fuck that. Fuck that. I'm good. I'm good. No, thank you. Yeah, no, thank you. Because I remember there was this girl. They had to have her leave the country incognito through the Dominican Republic. Because I remember her. Because she was really rude to her mother at our graduation. And through that rudeness, she married the guy she wanted. Soccer trainer in Saint Gonzague. This guy is the most prestigious Catholic school, like one of the most prestigious school in Haiti for boys. The most, actually, most. So she married him. And that guy, from the get-go, rape her, beat her, rape her, beat her, rape her, beat her. So chick had battered syndrome, battered women syndrome. Battered women syndrome in U.S. criminal justice is when it will get to a point where that bitch will kill you. One day she will snap and she will kill you. So that's why when you're a victim of domestic abuse, whether you report it or not, they will remove you from the household before it gets to that point, to the point where your spouse will kill you. So she waited while he was sleeping. And what did she do? It was something really fucked up. I think she dropped a pot of hot water on his face.
Oh God.
That's what she did.
Drop it like it's hot.
So, and she was pregnant. They put her in jail, pregnant.
But I'm saying he was abusing her.
Yeah, her family knew.
He got what he deserved then.
Yep. Yeah, he was pretty savage towards her. But it's this thing, even here, I mean, in some black community, like they have that mentality, like if the man is beating you, it means he loves you. Get the fuck out of my face.
That's twisted.
You know, in Haiti, the guys like my brother's friends, and they would say, if I would marry you, meaning me, the day I would beat you, I would tie you up because I know I'm dead.
Oh,
Yeah, you're a dead. Yeah, you're a walking dead. I will kill you. Don't touch me. Yeah, I don't. But then again, why you got to put yourself in that situation where you got to kill somebody? Because the signs are there. You just never paid attention to them. It started very early. Like they always have something to complain about you, how you dress, how you talk, how you look. They won't change something, how you speak. There's always something. And then it becomes insults. That sometimes it's just teasing you, but if in fact they're verbally abusing you. You're like, eh. Okay, and then when the honeymoon, oh yeah, they're the best sex, the best men in the world. Once the they call that too in American criminal justice, the honeymoon period. Once that is passed, then you're meeting the dragon, the Will Smith dragon. Hey, you're meeting the Will Smith dragon. Now, Will Smith is the abuser. Because I watched a video where a brother was like, oh, Will Smith is Stockholm Syndrome victim. That Jada did this and did that to him. But you do understand also, when a man is an abuser, he's always pretend to be the victim as well. They will say the exact, oh, hey, man, you're late. You is late. Empress Ella G, where were you? So, but yeah, that's what they say. She did it. She pushed me to do that. Even when after that inflicted pain or punish you made me do this. Why you made me do this? I shouldn't have to do that. You made me do this. Like for example, the guy that his wife was beating on him. Remember when I told you like one day he came in the bus with his face like this and he barely can walk? I'm like, oh no. Now I sound the alarm. Fuck this. Because this bitch about to kill you. Because he was saying that, no, she raped him. I don't know, but that if you tell me that you're deep in your sleep, and in your sleep, you have an erection, and that woman walks in the bed while you're deep in your sleep, grabs your dick, that's sexual battery. That's rape. It doesn't look like it, but that's rape. Okay, so if you just got home, where were you? What you were doing? What the fuck?
Who's complaining?
Yeah, that's rape. Especially if you touch your sexual part. That's rape. But yeah, guys, it's not only female. It could be male too. Your spouse is abusing, and you don't even know that. And they're just as vicious. Remember that a psychopath is not just the mass shooters or people like serial killers. The psychopath, you will most likely find him in the household. Because, they're under the radar. They can do whatever they want to their spouse and children. That's where you find them pedophiles repeatedly raping their kids. It's fucked up. Like, for example, the guy that kidnapped 3 girls in his basement for 10 years. The only reason the first victim, because she was the one drugging the 2 next one for him to rape them. The only reason she tried to escape was because he said he was about to have sex with because she had children with one of them. She was about to have sex with that child. That's why that's some Stockholm Syndrome bullshit. It took you 10 years to finally, sound the alarm. So she waited for him to leave, and then that's why the girl started screaming and yelling, Yeah. And Kwame, and when they caught him, he said, I have a disease, just like Damas. I was possessed. I'm schizophrenic. Mm-hmm. And a week later, after he was arrested, they found him dead in his cell. Suicide. Suicide.
He knew what he was doing.
Yeah, you know what's up. But a few weeks later, they found the exact same case in the UK and Britain. Well, a guy kept the girls for even longer. Like, what the fuck? But anyway. Yep. Oh, yeah, I forgot. I know that's why I have them lined up so I know what to talk about. I talk about a lot of stuff today. God damn. Damn. Okay, so the last thing, people, last thing. Now, hospitals, I don't know about here, but in the United Kingdom, if you're a man and you're about to do an X-ray or MRI, they ask if you're pregnant. Or if they ask if you're pregnant. Or if you're ovulating. You can't make that shit up. You can't make that shit up. Yeah. I mean, that's why there's a lot of complaint, right? Increasing. Because imagine the guy has terminal cancer. They may die. They need an MRI, and you tell them, is you pregnant? Nigga, is you pregnant? Like, what the fuck?
That's crazy.
Yeah, Kwame, it's not like that's how I know all those stories. There's a guy every day. He created that series that is called It's Time to Leave Earth. Look at that. Every time I'm like, oh shit, what's happening today? Every time I'm like, oh shit, what happened today? That's why I found all those stories. Yeah, especially the one about the stickers. Because he was pretty perplexed about the fact they arrested the guy that was posting the stickers. Yeah, let me see if I can find like the name of his channel. Yeah, because they're like very short, like 30 seconds. And in 30 seconds, he gives you like several stories of what's happening around the world. I think that's where I found the story about the teacher. Empress Algie got to see the beginning where I listened to the recording about that teacher. That's some fucked up shit, man. That teacher is teacher of the year. What the fuck? Yeah, his name is John Talks. I mean, Talks plural. Yeah, that's the name of his channel. So TALKS, John Talks. And almost every day he posts an episode. It's called "It's Time to Leave Earth." And every time I'm like, oh shit, what happened today? Yeah, that's why I found out about the vegan doing the vasectomy. White people, man, white people. You got too much time. So the excuse for the hospital is this because they're being sensitive, or because of the fact that if you may be ovulating or if you may be pregnant. Look, motherfucker. Look. If I was a man, wouldn't you see a dick with testicles? Because you can't fake that. You can't fake that part. Even though that when they do the complete transformation, women to men, they in order for them to do that, I don't know, they have to fuck your private part and cut some of your skin to turn it into a dick. When you're a man, you want to be a woman, they split your dick in half, almost in half, and flip it, make it become a vagina. The only downside is that you lose all sexual sensation.
So what's the point?
I don't know. Ask them. Don't ask me. I don't know. Ask them.
So weird.
That's why Russia Today is published, but now you can't see it because they blocked Russia Today. You might need to use your VPN to find that video. The name of the YouTube video is called I Want My Sex Back.
No refund, no return.
You can't make that bullshit up. Where people who did the transformation, they revert back to what they were before. But it's a fucked up before because taking the hormone and plastic surgery, yeah, the hormone also, it changed your bone structure, your bone mass and everything. It changed your muscles. Can't make that shit up. I know, Superman, but I don't know, man. No, take it back. I take it back because there was a case of a man who married another man, but they wanted a child. They could adopt a child. So the man got pregnant by the other man.
How a man get pregnant by another man? What did he have? Some transplanted ovary suppositories to put in his anus?
Yeah. Yeah. And after giving birth, the pregnant man had a postpartum depression. Yes, Pharaoh, I'm for real. Look at Coco. I know, bruh. So I can call it some bullshit because I don't want 10 years from now. They're like, oh, you said this on the LanceScurvShow. Bitch, sit your ass somewhere. Because that's what they do. Okay? They take one sentence from what you say, or one word, and take that BS completely out of context. The same way Christians take one verse, use that verse to do genocide or to act a fool because of that one verse. But nigga, I ain't the Bible. I'm a person. Read the whole paragraph, not just one sentence. Okay? Yeah, there's a show on Showtime. I think it's called The Seven Sins, or I don't remember, Seven Pleasures, Seven something. Yeah, I think I bought that show. Hold on, let me go on Amazon and find it. Because I remember I bought it. Because it was so interesting. I know it's on Showtime. And where is it the last episode? No, the before last. It's about a very athletic woman, a bodybuilding woman, and where that lady is standing naked. And I was confused. I'm like, because you see like all that muscle, like manly muscles, and then you see a vagina. Because she was so proud of her body, she wanted to show her body naked. Uh, you should have kept the thong, girl. I can't unsee that. I mean, yeah, because she was in her 60s. She looked good, but damn. Damn. Okay, go to Amazon. See if I can find it. Okay. I think it's called like 7 Pleasures or. I think it's like Showtime. Wait, what? It was 7 something. I might have to look it up. Yeah, I know it's 7 something. Is it the 7 deadly sin? Okay, so. Uh, Had it the 7 deadly sins? That's the name of it. Yeah, 7 deadly sins. Y'all should look it up. So it's the number 7 and then the words deadly sins. The last episode is about lust, and it was a story. They were talking about the fetish gerontophilia. It's where a person can get only aroused by old people, and I mean old, like 80 years old, 90 years old, wrinkled up, old, with no teeth, old. That's the only thing that aroused them sexually. So there was that young man that was 23 years old. And he was wandering around and fucking 80 years old, 90 years old women. You can't make that shit up. What the fuck wrong with white folks, man? Well, I'm done, Kwame. I'm just, I wrapped it up already. But until the next episode. But you can't make that shit up, man. But just like the lady with the body build and basically when they're going through the process, you see a man with beard and everything. It's just, I think I saw that. I remember where. It's just they got a vagina instead of a dick. I guess it's a life-changing experience. Because, like, okay, whatever. Yeah, I guess, yeah. Oh, that ain't nothing. Now, there was what state was that? And that kind of ticked me off. Because not only they want you to be, because that's why they're going crazy about the Don't Say Gay bill, and that's not the name of the bill. If the sentence is called, it's statutory law 1557. It's not the Don't Gay Say bill. It doesn't say anywhere gay. The word gay, because all them fools saying gay, don't say gay on social media, the word gay is not anywhere near the bill, not even in the title. It's called, statutory law of 1557. So what it actually says is children from 3rd grade and lower, the school is not allowed to bring the topic of gender or sexual orientation to the children without the consent or acknowledgement of the parents. That's what the bill says. It didn't say that the school cannot talk about sexual orientation, but yeah, it makes sense, man. What the fuck? So the point of it is not only to not confuse the children, because I agree, man. Okay, yeah, my kid could come out gay, but can he be at least, I don't know, 12, 15? I confused my child at 4 years old. 5 years. Come on, man. You know, because I got confused my child they don't know what there is. Because now there's a new trend. Not only they don't know if they're boy, if they're girl. Now there may be animals too. They may think they have an animal spirit. That point, I'm like, I lost my shit. I started ranting on Twitter. You know, this is it. That's it. I mean, that's it. Because if you scroll through my page, you'll see, let me say, you know, it's not enough. I put it that we have to respect you and accept you the way you are. Accept, you know, respect your rights. Okay? But now you got to make all the superheroes gay. Superman is gay. Batman is gay. Not Wonder Woman, with Marvel, whatever. She gay too. Everybody gay. Okay? And then you got sexual pervert shaking his dick in a movie video on YouTube and have the audacity to say that we hate gay folks. No, I just don't want to see your dick. I don't know you like that. Even if you were my cousin, like I would say, cousin, you need to see a fucking doctor because this is bizarre. You know, it's not like when I was in Haiti, because I shower with my panties on. You know, like, I used to do it like in the front yard. That's common. You know, if you show up in the backyard, you'll see me showering, but with my panties on. The same way in the front yard, you'll see me like that. That's common. But bitch, I'm showering. I'm not giving a show. I'm showering. And you know, it was a big house. Because in order to see me, you have to walk through like 20 meters of the front yard to finally see me hiding behind the bush, showering. Or like when we move, you have to actually walk in the backyard to find me showering. So it ain't the same thing. But this dude, yeah, like shaking and then saying that we hate gay people. No, man, what the fuck? What the fuck? And I gotta tolerate my kids believing that they're animals too. Bitch. I was like, in the tweet out, enough. Just enough. I'm tired. I don't know how much of that bullshit I gotta tolerate, but enough. Yeah, enough. Oh, Michael, yeah, this is it. Because now you already confused my kid. They don't know if they're a girl, if they're boy, if they're gay, if they're straight. Now they got to believe the animals too. What the fuck? Because the argument was about, I think it was North Dakota, where they were saying that they tolerate children, believing the animals, they're accommodating them. And the school district director was like, no. Or president, no. We do not tolerate that mess. Yeah, the demons are loose. Exactly. I found it in one of the episodes. It's time to leave Earth. You should watch it. Look up that channel of John Talks. Yeah, I found it there too. Because I'm like, what? And I went and look it up. Like, what? Enough. Because that was like in the tweet, fuck them woke Democrat motherfuckers. Fuck y'all with your woke shit. Enough. Yeah, raw reality is correct. That's correct. So, and it's just I can understand why Lance says that black people should like leave America. Not America, you have to leave Europe, but I don't know. To me, it's not leaving. There's no point because they all will move in with you. There's no point. Yeah, they'll come in as tourists and take your land from you. There's no point. You just gotta learn to stand for each other. But yeah, crazy. 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 Yeah. Oh, yeah, guys, before I forget, before I wrap it up, remember when I told y'all about where I buy the Arab perfumes or the perfume oils? The owner, I don't know, the retailer said he sent me a letter because I just bought perfume. He sent me a letter this time. Saying he told me he wrote that not only thank you for being a loyal customer, but since I talk about it on the show, he says he's been having way more customers. But he says the only thing is he would prefer that we buy the perfume through his sites instead of through Etsy. But the only reason I buy an Etsy is because I get 4 installment payment with PayPal. That's why. So instead of paying like $50, I paid $12.50 every 2 weeks. But yeah, no problem. Because I should just pay straight $50. But then PayPal came with installments. That's why. But yeah, so just in case, which kind of confused me because all the Arab perfume are unisex, but I will just show y'all my favorite where I live. So, because he gave me a sample, because he gives me gifts. So that's his new. I don't know if it's a he or she. I don't know, sir, ma'am. But that's the new gift. Diamond. That's a new favorite. I'm gonna get that. But lovely. Yeah. Diamond. Because they're all al-Rehab. Al-Rehab. So they're from the Emirates, I believe. There's Sabaya. Sabaya has a strong jasmine smell. It's really nice. And there's also the Moroccan rose. So they're my favorite. So usually I wear lovely with Tom Ford Soleil. Because the Tom Ford is really, really sweet. So I wear it with lovely. So to just tone down the Tom Ford. And like for example, my Miss Joy is not that overpowering. So I wear it with the Moroccan rose. And every time, baby, oh my God, you smell so good. What are you wearing? Jor. I have to tell you my secret. Because not only that, it's just the girls in Bloomingdale also. Like the Haitian girl, Marie, oh my God. Every day, like, damn, girl. But I know exactly what she's wearing because I can smell it. Like she mixed I do that too. She mixed the musk with the Tom Ford suede tobacco. The best are the Christian Dior's, the Chanel, and from the Tom Ford, I prefer the Oud Wood and the tobacco suede. It's a Oud also, but whatever. But yeah, they're nice. So, but I kind of went down on the Tom Ford and just get those instead, the Al Rehab, because I'm becoming just more like my mom. Because when I wear perfume, I get a metallic taste in my mouth, and that's why I went off. And it's worse with the Tom Ford, so I rather just wear those, so there's less of the metallic taste. Dior doesn't do that to me, but Chanel, forget it. As soon as I wear Mademoiselle, it just the metallic taste is in my mouth. The only one that doesn't do that to me, well, the ones is they don't do that to me. It's that one, Sabaya Diamond. I wore it didn't do that to me. And of course, the Moroccan Rose. They don't do that to me. But you know, my mom was like that. My mom, she couldn't wear perfume at all. She couldn't wear deodorant. She couldn't wear perfume. Usually, she wouldn't wear baking soda. She couldn't wear deodorant because it would make her sick. Not only the metallic taste, but it would make her sick. But yeah, I guess from the bottom of his or her heart, because I don't know, it didn't say. There's no signature, but they're happy. Yeah, they're happy. So yeah, guys, that's it. I'm done. Oh my god, it's tired. Until the next episode of The World According to Beatrice Noel.
That's right. That's right.
Next episode of Social Madness.
Oh, there will be another one too. Trust me. Within the next couple days, there's gonna be something crazy.
Oh yeah, things you can't make up. Yeah, you can't make that shit up. Where a Jew is inviting a Nazi to talk for him. You can't make that shit. You can't make that shit up. That's why people are like, "What the fuck? What the fuck?" You know? What the fuck? Yeah, it's just like the video of Todrick. Because I showed George George does not want to see the video of Little Nas X, the one in the prison where he's shaking his dick. Nope, just like nope, nope.
It's ridiculous.
Like nope, I don't want to see that. Nope. That's bizarre. I don't want to see that. But the one with Todrick, he's saying what? I was born a queen, that I'm a woman, stuff like that. Okay. Because you show me dressed in men clothes, singing, and then you show back up with women clothes. Because I can clearly see you're a man. Okay. And then, yeah, you're cute. You got makeup and everything, but then you're like, I was born a queen. I'm a woman, no matter what you say. Okay. Whatever.
You can pretend all they want to, trust me.
Whatever. You know, like I said, I got my level of tolerance. Okay, yeah, whatever. I don't care. But if it's that part where you shit, no, that's not part of it. No, I didn't sign up for that shit. Fuck that. I want no part of that bullshit. Don't be shaking your nasty ass gonorrhea dick in front of me. That's weird. And he took that shit to the next level. Because it seems one of the dancers is his boyfriend. So he would perform with that boyfriend on stage wearing a cheerleader skirt, a short cheerleader skirt, pink cheerleader skirts. Okay. Whatever. Oh, what link? Sugar PB, what link? Because she's asking for the link in the bio.
Say it again.
Yeah, I see what Sugar PB put it. She commented like, "Is the link in the bio?"
Oh, you mean the link that you showed earlier? In the private chat?
Yeah. Is it about the Twitter page or which link?
You know what? I wasn't even on this page. I'm listening to you, but I'm multitasking.
Oh, yeah. Because, girl, I'm wrapping it up. Wrapping it up.
Here we go.
Yeah, but yeah, guys. Bitch is a little tired. She needs a little nap. Yeah. And then when she wake up, she'll do a little bit of laundry. It was a blast. Oh no, I need to sleep early because I have to go see a doctor at 9 a.m. Yeah. Yeah, Lance, it's always a pleasure. Thank you
Of course
guys
it
for
is.
staying with us.
Likewise.
3 hours through thick and thin.
When you put it down as usual.
Yeah, until the internet or the electricity do us apart.
You ran pretty smooth.
Oh Lord. All right, guys, I'm out because I'm hot.
All right, sweetheart.
And I am thirsty.
Good night,
So
sweetie.
until next week, guys. Night.
Yes. All right. That night.
Night. Night.
Take care, everybody.